4th down and 6. Old Bridge gotta have it. Shotgun formation. Nugent, a lot of time. Rolls out. He's running out of space. Will roll the other way. They look for the end zone. Touchdown!
Rowan heading for the touchpad with the lead. And the Props will take the men's 400-yard freestyle relay.
Andrews will be in shotgun. He takes the snap, makes the handoff. He'll throw it down the left sideline. He's got a wide open receiver. He's got the touchdown.
Motion man is Simmons. Trotman throwing towards Simmons down the field, and he makes the catch in traffic for a Bearcats touchdown.
Back to pass, middle of the field. The catch is made by Britt. She's off to the races at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Britt is in for the score.
Back on in, here's Yoxon. Yoxon with the backhand, trying to go to the front, makes the move, a shot, and he scores!
Gracie comes set and delivers. And that's it on the ground to second. Throw to first, in time, and the ball game is over. South Shore survives a late scare, and they are the 2024 New York State Little League Baseball champions. Live from Lombardi Field in Old Bridge, New Jersey, the PDF Sports Network is proud to welcome you into coverage of Old Bridge Knights playoff football. Tonight, the number 3 seeded Knights host the number 6 seeded Patriots of Freehold Township High School in the NJS IAA Central Jersey Group 5 quarterfinal round. Good evening, everybody. My name is Joe Foreman, and I will be on the call solo tonight as part of a packed night of coverage here on the PDF Sports Network. Normally, we spend our Friday nights covering the Knights, but with the movement of this game to Saturday, the other half of our crew is in New Rochelle covering the Elite Football Alliance Championship game. That broadcast gets underway a bit after this game gets started, so be sure to check out the replay of that game later tonight. As for our game here in Old Bridge, the Knights come in having won their last 6 games of the regular season, coming off what was one of their best efforts of the season last week against Colonia. Facing a very tough 6-2 opponent that pushed them to the absolute limit last season, the Knights jumped out to a 28-0 first-half lead and never saw that lead threatened as they passed for 231 yards and rushed for 287 against the Patriots. For the Knights offense, both Brody Nugent and Chase Rizzo rushed for over 100 yards, and Jeremiah Dixon had 55 yards on just 6 carries. Amari Allsbrook had 100 yards receiving, Aiden Rios had 75, and both Rizzo and Allsbrook finished the game with 4 catches. Finally, the Knights' defense held the Patriots scoreless for much of the first half, forced a rare Colonia turnover, and allowed just 1 score following the halftime break. And as good as this Old Bridge team was last week and for much of the season, it still was not good enough to win the division. Taking a look at the National Gold standings, it was Piscataway that secured the top spot in the National Gold. That was thanks to a win against the Knights all the way back in Week 3. And speaking of divisional standings, the opponent for Old Bridge tonight in Freehold Township is a part of a very tough Shore Conference B North Division. So tough, in fact, that they did not win a single divisional game this season. Really hard to believe entering the playoffs, but despite that, the team posted a 5-4 record, winning every non-divisional game on their schedule. This is a stark contrast to what the team did last year when they went 4-1 in the division and won just a single game against an out-of-division opponent in 2024. Their season ended last year with a 29-point loss to Hillsborough in the Section 1 Group 5 quarterfinals, and 2025 marks their 5th straight postseason appearance. And while we talk a bit about some of the players to watch on this Freehold Township team, here's a look at their complete 2025 schedule. Starting on the offensive side of the ball for this Patriots squad, Junior Dakota Lassiter put together a solid season with 13 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in 7 games, throwing for over 1,300 yards. And after losing him midway through their matchup with Wall earlier in the year, Jonathan Kokotis took over and threw 10 touchdowns and 2 interceptions over the course of 3 weeks. This stint was highlighted by a 6-touchdown game against Barnegat in his final outing before Lassiter's return to the lineup. On the ground, Lassiter has scored 4 touchdowns this year, and running backs Dennis Quattraki and Jake Ratner combined for 8 touchdowns and over 550 rushing yards. In the receiving game, Jake Schultzel finished the season with just shy of 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns on the year for him, and Mikey Lorenzo added 5 more touchdown receptions, good for second behind Schultzel. Defensively, Dominic Fiore finished the season with 7 sacks and 10 tackles for a loss, and both Jamar Irvin and Scott Mungay had multiple interceptions with 2 and 3 respectively. Mungay also had over 200 kickoff return yards on just 8 runbacks, and Schultzel, who was also the place kicker, was 29 for 33 on extra points. Now we'll get a look at the Knights' schedule as we talk a bit about them. And for the Knights, the final numbers for 2025 were very impressive as well. Quarterback Brody Nugent led the way, over 1,800 yards passing, 15 touchdowns in the air, and just 3 interceptions for the senior, who also rushed for nearly 800 yards and 15 touchdowns. This gave him 30 total touchdowns on the season as part of what was a very well-balanced offensive attack for the Knights. Chase Rizzo finished 1 yard shy of 500 rushing with 6 touchdowns on the ground, and Jeremiah Dixon ran for 369 yards and 3 scores. Amari Allsbrook led Knights receivers with 726 yards and 8 touchdowns. And Camo Lavencia, Aiden Rios, and Rizzo all posted over 200 yards receiving this year. Justin Barkazi led the Knights with 6.5 sacks, and Zach Florio added 4.5 more. Michael Kavas led the team with 11 tackles for a loss, and Justin Vellinati led the team with 130 tackles. Tommy Kassoff finished right behind Vellinati with 126 tackles, and Xavier Diaz had 5 interceptions to lead the Knights. You can't overlook Barkazi on special teams either, as he blocked 3 kicks on the year. And of course, there is kicker Michael Ferretto, who was 5 for 9 on field goal attempts and a perfect 42 for 42 on extra points. Credit to the entire kicking unit of the long snapper Chris Benford, the holder Griffin Nugent, and Ferretto for a perfect season on PATs. And should this game come down to a kick, the Knights are certainly in good hands. But for now, we'll take a quick break for a message from the great sponsors of Old Bridge Knights High School football. And when we come back, we break down the best of Knights football from throughout the 2025 season with some highlights as we get set for tonight's playoff matchup. More to come from our pregame coverage when we return here on the PDF Sports Network.
Celebrating 65 years, the Old Bridge Rebels Youth Organization is the longest-running and most successful youth organization, serving Old Bridge Township. The Rebels are the premier football and cheer organization with a long and rich history in coaching and developing our community's future leaders. Through proper guidance and leadership, the Rebels program assists the youth in developing the qualities of safe play, discipline, teamwork, fundamentals, and well-being. We will continue to focus on these goals while maintaining a strong presence in the community. Check us out at swsrebels.org.
This football season, stop by Market Boy Liquors, your hometown destination for over 20 years. Family-owned and operated, our 8,000-square-foot store features the largest beer cooler in the area, plus an unbeatable selection of wine, spirits, cigars, and craft beer. Conveniently located at 1132 Englishtown Road, Old Bridge, New Jersey, 08857, Market Boy Liquors is proud to serve our community with the best variety and friendly service. Call us today at 732-251-4616 and make Market Boy your game day headquarters.
When it comes to buying and selling a home, do it with Peter Hunt's Home Team, powered by Century 21. For years, Peter has dedicated his life to the real estate industry, offering help and care to all of his clients. With experience and proven results, Peter is an award-winning realtor and the top producer for Century 21 Action Plus. A resident of Old Bridge, put Peter to work at selling your home or finding the home of your dreams. Call 1-800-299-2129 or reach Peter directly at 9086-014-934.
For raising the standard in facility services and commercial cleaning look to Pritchard Industries. For over 35 years, our commitment to creating clean, healthy, and safe environments is unwavering, ensuring that your facility not only looks pristine, but also promotes well-being and productivity so your business can excel. Specializing in comprehensive commercial cleaning solutions, advanced facility services, responsible sustainable practices, and innovative technology, contact us now at pritchardindustries.com. Pritchard Industries, here for you.
At Giuseppe's Old School Italian Pizzeria, we bring you the perfect blend of tradition and flavor. Whether you're craving a classic New York-style pizza, a hearty pasta dish, or a fresh Italian hero, we've got something for everyone. Stop by, grab a slice, and taste the difference of real old-school Italian cooking right here in Old Bridge, New Jersey. Giuseppe's, located at 2581 County Road 516 in Old Bridge. Simply delicious.
At Maz Transport, we're ready to get your vacation started early with luxury airport service and your transportation needs. In fact, whether it's for corporate transport, trips to Atlantic City, a night in the city, date night, or any other need, Maz Transport is your choice for our luxury fleet to take you there in style. Call or text 732-2071-079 and let us know where you want to go, and we'll take care of the rest at Maz Transport.
At Function Forward Physical Therapy, we listen to your specific needs, utilize manual therapy techniques to decrease pain and restore mobility, emphasize customized exercise plans, and are here to assist in all your function and fitness needs. Whether it's return to work or play rehab, fitness training, or our soft wave therapy program, we're here to help you get better, feel better, and live better. Function Forward Physical Therapy. Check us out today.
Joe Foreman back with you here on the PDF Sports Network as we draw closer to kickoff in this postseason matchup between the Old Bridge High School Knights and the Freehold Township Patriots. Prior to the break, we promised a look back at some of the best of Knights football in 2025, and we start all the way back in Week 1. First on defense, Xavier Diaz, one of many for him. An interception over the middle. This one set the Knights up for what would ultimately become a scoring drive as they take over inside the 20 here in a 7-7 game. Brody Nugent, big touchdown run. The Knights would go on to score following the Diaz pick. This is touchdown number 2. Brody Nugent takes it to the house. A long touchdown gallop for him. We have seen that so many times. The breakaway speed just so impressive. We saw it twice in this game. Broken tackle, breakaway speed on full display yet again, and Nugent takes it the distance for another Knights touchdown in a Week 1 victory. Let's fast forward a bit in the season now. Against South Brunswick, Brody Nugent looking to throw here. For Nugent, touchdown number 1 in this game goes to Amari Allsbrook. Touchdown number 2 goes to Aiden Rios on the short pass in the flat. Touchdown number 3 in this game. Nugent to Allsbrook once again. Doesn't get much easier than that, wide open. Touchdown number 4. Nugent looking up the seam here, and he connects with Chase Rizzo, who does a great job to win off the line of scrimmage. And then finally, for the 3rd time in this game, Nugent connects with Amari Allsbrook. This pass, the shortest of them all. Tough to imagine considering a couple of those completions were made on the goal line. This one, right at the line of scrimmage, Allsbrook does the rest. Great moves after the catch. He shows off his elusiveness, his breakaway speed. He scores. Big win over the Vikings for Old Bridge. Let's fast forward a bit again. This is the second to last week of the regular season. And look, it is Brody Nugent in the open field once again, leaving defenders in the dust. Nugent against Hunterdon Central put Old Bridge up with an early touchdown. Old Bridge has it back now. We mistakenly had the score at 13-7 there, but that was a touchdown run for Nugent. Here's a touchdown throw. Nugent with a long completion there. And the Knights extend their lead back to 7. Tie score again. Nugent looking downfield. This time it's Amari Allsbrook. The previous touchdown went to Rios. This one to Allsbrook. Old Bridge back in front by 7. And here Nugent finally gives the Knights an elusive 2-score lead in this game. His second touchdown run. Now the Knights defense making a big play here as they bring that play to a close behind the line of scrimmage. That was a fake punt attempt. There is a Knights sack, and now one of 2 fourth down stops for the Knights defense in this game. They get one there. Here it's Jeremiah Dixon with a huge touchdown run. But coming up shortly after this long run by Dixon, the Knights defense comes up with one more 4th and 2 stop. Here's the Dixon score. Here is the big stop. And we may have to break very quickly for the national anthem here as we get a look at Chase Rizzo. A 2-touchdown game for him in this one against Colonia. There is his first. This intentional grounding leads to a sack. And we'll be back following the national anthem.
At MassMutual Tri-State, our financial professionals are dedicated to your financial well-being and focused on helping you achieve your financial goals. We provide expertise in crafting strategies that align with your specific needs. We offer industry-leading insurance solutions, financial planning, and wealth management tailored to support your pursuit of a financially secure future. Whether you're planning for retirement, protecting your loved ones, or growing your wealth, we're here to guide you every step of the way. So please call Rich Caruso at 732-623-5700 with any questions and to set an appointment with one of our financial professionals. Thank you. Local firms are sales offices of Massachusetts Mutual Life Insurance Company, MassMutual, Springfield, Massachusetts, and are not subsidiaries of MassMutual or its affiliated companies. Securities and investment advisory services offered through qualified registered representatives of Imnimel Investor Services, LLC. Member SIPC, 732-623-5700.
Since 2003, Elite Sports Physical Therapy of Morganville has developed customized care and physical therapy programs for thousands of athletes through evaluation and setting athletic goals. Whether a torn ACL, dislocated shoulder, or concussion is keeping you on the sidelines, our highly trained physical therapists can help you recover and return to the field or court in better shape than ever before. Come see what we are all about. Visit us at elitespt.com or call us today to book a consultation.
At Bagel Boy Bagel Shop in Old Bridge, we're more than just bagels. Come visit us at 2329 County Road 516, where we bake our bagels and bread fresh daily, have the freshest fruit and veggie platters, and an assortment of sandwiches and plates that are sure to satisfy. Bagel Boy is a proud sponsor of all things Old Bridge. Go Knights and go to Bagel Boy. 2329 County Road 516 and at bagelboyonline.com.
Old Bridge students take advantage of the Old Bridge special at Bagel Boy. 10% off all purchases with your valid student ID.
Protect your family, pets, and your wallet with Anchor Pest Control. We provide coverage for all your pest removal needs, and our all-inclusive service saves you money. We've designed our services to be both comprehensive and budget-friendly for homeowners. Plus, with our premium service, you'll get a free mosquito application. See how Anchor stacks up against the competition. Visit us, anchorpestcontrol.net, or call 888-623-2847 for information and service.
Joe Foreman back with you here on the PDF Sports Network as we are just moments away from kickoff between the Old Bridge High School Knights and the Patriots of Freehold Township High School. Michael Ferretto is set to send it deep to get us started from Lombardi Field. And we are underway here on the PDF Sports Network with Knights playoff football. And a look toward the official on this kick return and a very unusual start. This play whistled dead. It was Jake Schultzel waiting back deep for that one. I'm not exactly sure what happened there that caused him to look back at the official, but he did not run this kick back. We'll get a look at it once again right here. And we'll see, was there perhaps a fair catch signal? Not really sure. Both officials signaled to run the clock. And an errant whistle gets us started from Old Bridge. So a very, very unusual beginning to this game. And the Knights will kick it deep once again. So I'm not exactly sure where the whistle came in from, but it is clear that Schultzel heard it. And the Knights will kick off a second time. We did have a few highlights left in our best of from Old Bridge this year. Perhaps we'll get to those when we have a break in the action. You didn't miss too much, but we had to step aside for the singing of the national anthem. Ferretto lines up to send this one deep a second time. And once again, we are underway from Old Bridge. Schultz waiting back deep, fields this one inside the 5, run back across the 20, look to bounce outside, but he is immediately shut down by Jaden Endaz. 1st and 10 for Freehold Township, just outside of their own 20-yard line. Schultz on the run back, Endaz on the tackle. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Patriots to get things started. Ball officially spotted at the Freehold 22-yard line. We've said it time and time again, this Knights defense has been electric at times this year. And I think that's a fair word to use to describe how this unit has played. It's a 1st down pass and a quick throw over the middle, incomplete. Lassiter's pass a bit low, but looked like it could have been caught. 2nd and 10 coming up. We mentioned Lassiter did miss some time this year, returned after about a 2.5 game absence. Obviously, that's a huge loss for Freehold. Here's a quick look at that last throw. 2nd down, handoff goes up the middle, and the Knights are all over it. Stacked up and stopped at the line of scrimmage was the ball carrier. Quattraki on the carry. No gain on the play. 3rd and 10 coming up. Big opportunity early for Old Bridge. Looking to throw. Lassiter has time, airs it out. Downfield, incomplete. Just a bit too long. He was looking for Schultzel, pass incomplete. And very quickly, Freehold begins this game with a 3 and out. Here's one more look at that attempt down the field. Looked like Schultzel had a step, but Lassiter put it a bit too far in front of him. The pressure was closing in, and we see that time and time again from this Knights defense. That defensive front can apply pressure and force some misfires. Punt sent away. It will land shy of midfield. It takes a Patriots bounce, and they will watch this one roll inside of the Knights' 40-yard line. And that's where Old Bridge will get started at their own 38-yard line. Brody Nugent leads the Old Bridge offense out onto the field after the defense forces a quick 3 and out for Freehold. And we said it during the pregame. Nugent, 30 total touchdowns 1,800 yards passing, combined with over 800 rushing. And he has been phenomenal for the Knights all season long and in the 2 years that we've covered him during our time as the voices of Old Bridge football here on PDF. Nugent will keep it on first down, looking for a hole, finds one, and he surges forward to the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 6 on first down. That will bring up a 2nd and 4 for Old Bridge. And very quickly, the Knights back to the line. Nugent looking for instruction from his sideline. Will keep again on 2nd down, has good blocking, and picks up a first down. Nugent tackled just shy of the 50, picks up the first down at the Old Bridge 49-yard line, and we don't get much time for second looks with this Knights offense out there, but we'll get one right here. Nugent lined up in an empty backfield once again. 7 players lined up on the offensive line. Nugent took a look toward his sideline once again. And will take the snap and will keep a third time. Nugent across the 40, breaks a tackle and is finally brought down just shy of the Freehold 35-yard line. Another first down run for Brody Nugent. And he is being heavily featured early in this game. It has been all Nugent, all ground game through the first 3 snaps for the Knights. Chance of 1st and 10, Old Bridge. Let's go Knights from the Old Bridge cheerleaders. Sporting the varsity jackets tonight. It is a chilly night here in Old Bridge. Just shy of 3 minutes gone by in the opening quarter. Fake handoff. Nugent will keep. Up the middle he goes. And he is tackled just shy of the 30. Give Nugent 5 on the carry. 2nd and 5 coming up here. Right back to the line for Old Bridge. Handoff, Chase Rizzo this time. Rizzo being driven backwards and tackled at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 5 for the Knights now. And they're in that territory where they just might think about going for it should they come up short here on 3rd down. Nugent in an empty shotgun set. 5 receivers out there for Old Bridge. Nugent looking downfield, has time. Pressured, throwing, incomplete. And that time ran out on Brody Nugent very quickly. Good pressure applied off the edge by the Patriots. Shane Mungay among the Patriot defenders in there on Nugent. And here's a look at how that pocket collapsed on Nugent. Time running out a bit quicker than I expected. Was able to make one man miss, but definitely was not going to have much luck with the 2nd and 3rd. Old Bridge lining up to go for it. 4th and 5. Nugent looking to throw. Looking, throwing, completing. That's Chase Rizzo with a first down and more. Tackled just shy of the Patriots' 10-yard line. And it's a big 4th down conversion for Old Bridge as they are set up in the red zone. 1st down and 10 from the 11. Old Bridge quickly to the line, will keep it live. Nugent once again lined up in an empty backfield. Nugent, quick throw, Rizzo complete on the screen. Rizzo tripped up just shy of the goal line and may have picked up a first down inside the 1. Indeed, he did. First down, goal to go now for Old Bridge after the completion to Rizzo, and it may be time for the order of chivalry. And in that huddle, the Knights break the huddle with helmets coming together. Nugent keeping, lowering his shoulder and taking it in for the Knights' touchdown. Old Bridge strikes first following a stop by their defense. The defense forcing the 3 and out. The offense doing their job, putting 6 on the board following a big 4th down conversion earlier in the drive. Brody Nugent finds the end zone on the ground for the 16th time this year, and the Knights lead it 6-0. Michael Ferretto to attempt the extra point, and then I will briefly be stepping off headset very quickly. You'll still have the sounds and sights from within the complex, but I'll be taking a step outside for a brief moment following what is a good extra point for Ferretto. He remains perfect. Joe Foreman on the call here from Old Bridge. I'll be back in the booth momentarily.
Please make sure you visit our PTSA concession stand as well as our apparel shop. And Old Bridge fans, Mrs. Mondano is at the front gate taking donations for the Old Bridge Food Bank. Visit the Old Bridge Food Bank Donation Center.
Joe Foreman back in the booth with you. Had to attend to some camera issues outside, but we are good to go as the Patriots receive the kickoff and tripped up and officially marked down just past the 30-yard line is Jake Ratner. 1st and 10 for the Patriots at their own 31-yard line to begin drive number 2. So as I mentioned before, stepping out of the booth, drive number 1 of the game for Freehold. Saw them go 3 and out. A very uneventful first drive, a couple of incompletions, and a run stuffed for no gain. Drive 1 for Old Bridge sees them pick up right where they left off last week. A touchdown for the Knights puts them in front 6-0. The PAT automatic by Ferretto. Old Bridge leads by 7. Lassiter looking to throw on first down, completes, and going down just shy of the 40-yard line was George Burge. Gain of 8 for Burge. 2nd down and 2 coming up. And not quite as quick to the line as Old Bridge are the Patriots, so we'll get one more look at that last completion. Get a look from it a bit tighter. Great camera work by our hero camera operator, Joe Calabrese. He's positioned outside. 2nd and 2 now for the Patriots. Lassiter, high snap, reeled it in. He hands off to Quattracki, and he does pick up the first down.
Number 34, Dennis Quatre on the carry.
Now, I don't know if they have a pronunciation that I don't, but they are pronouncing his name next door as Dennis Quatre. So that last syllable perhaps silent. Not quite sure. First and 10. Lassiter rolling to his left, out of time, flips it into no man's land. And I think they're going to say he had a man in the area. Kazi with the pressure. And Lassiter certainly was feeling it on that last play. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Here's a quick look at that last play one more time. Plenty of Knights around the Freehold quarterback there as the hard count will draw the flag, and that should award the Patriots 5 yards. 2nd and 5 now following the flag for offsides. The Knights, when they've looked vulnerable, have been guilty of bad penalties, and that's really been the only time since week 4 that they've looked vulnerable in any way, as Lassiter throws downfield into double coverage, incomplete. Not much room there on the sideline. Schultzel, the intended receiver, that'll bring up a 3rd and 5. Here's one more look at that attempt downfield. Really not much room there. Knights all over that one in coverage. We have 5:18 to go in the first quarter following that last incompletion. 5:18 to go for our live chat. 3rd and 5. Lassiter delivers high, incomplete, but that one should have been caught. Burge was there. That was a high heater, and it went through his hands. We'll get a look at that one from in a bit tighter. Slow it down as well. Joe doing a good job outside to stay with this ball. And right now it appears that they're setting up to punt, and I take it back. That really wasn't high. It wasn't on the numbers, but certainly should have been caught. So it's a 4th and 5, and with the ball at about the 48-yard line, the Patriots are set up to punt here. It's a line drive punt, and it hits one of the Knights, recovered by Freehold. A bad break for Old Bridge there. And they are going to say that it is indeed Patriots football. We will get one more look at it. That is a tough, tough break. And Joe got a good look at it. Right off the big number 6 there. Tough break for Noah Rios. No way he could have seen that one coming. And Freehold has the football back, this time inside of the Old Bridge 30-yard line. Lassiter in the gun, and his entire team got started early on that play. False start against Freehold. We'll back them up 5 yards, 1st and 15 now. And how about that for the march backwards? The Imperial March playing here in Freehold. 5:05 to go in the opening quarter now. And after a tough break for Old Bridge on the punt, it is a 1st and 15 for the Patriots at the Knights' 35-yard line. Lassiter will look to throw on 1st and 15, and that is incomplete. So once again, Lassiter just a bit off the mark. Quattracki, the intended receiver on that play. And we've seen a couple of these that have been off by just a bit. Just a bit. That's one you got to have if you're Freehold, but you have to think that as this game progresses, those throws will come. We mentioned the numbers for Lassiter this year. Missed about 2.5 games. He'll look to throw again here on 2nd down and 15. Complete in the flat. And a good move there to make a man miss by Mikey Lorenzo, another name we mentioned during the pregame. And Lorenzo's awfully close to a 1st down. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Lorenzo had a really nice season. And adds to that just a bit with that last completion. 3rd and 2 here. You have to assume that the Patriots are going to have 4 downs to get this. Doubt they would kick, especially in a 7-point game early. Even more unlikely with them having received to open this game. 4:15 to go in the quarter. Lassiter in the gun, 3rd and 2. Handoff up the middle, and the Knights are there, but were they there soon enough? It looks like on the near side they have them marked short. Quattracki picks up 1. It will be 4th down. And during our highlight package in the pregame, we highlighted just how good this Knights defense has been on 4th down, especially 4th down and short. Big moment in this first half. Just over 3.5 to go in the opening quarter. Old Bridge with a chance to get off the field defensively for a 3rd time. It is 4th and 1. The Patriots come out in the gun. Lassiter perhaps making a change to this play at the line of scrimmage. He has 3 receivers on the field, 1 back. Will look to throw. Quick pass, flat, complete. 1st down, Patriots. And tackled along the sideline was Jake Ratner after a nice pickup on 4th and 1. Rios on the tackle, and the completion is good for a 1st down and then some. Here's another look at the play design. And it looked like a makeshift screen here. You had 2 receivers in the flat. The first making sure that the back, Ratner, coming out of the backfield would not be impeded as he made his way toward the sticks. 1st and 10 now. Ball in the red zone. Lassiter, quick throw to the flat, once again is complete. And it's a short completion. I believe that was Lorenzo on the reception. That play taking place a long way away from me, but that's a gain of 4 for Lorenzo on 1st down. It will be a 2nd down and 4 here after the quick 1st down hookup. Just one more look at that last completion. Joe all over it from in tight, making his debut on Hero Camera for us. For now, we shift our focus back to Pat's view from up top on the press box as Lassiter keeps it and is immediately brought down. No chance on that play for Lassiter. Barkazi, the first one in there on the tackle. Loss of 1 to bring up a 3rd down and 9. Great job there defensively by the Knights. They were not fooled. Third and 9. Lassiter flushed out to his left. Time running out, and that pass is complete, short of the 1st down marker. And that will bring up 4th down. Andrew Dalton with the reception on the play. And that gain of 5 will bring up a 4th and 4. Another big moment in this first half. And once again, Freehold will come out lined up in the gun. And again, the hard count will get the Knights to move early. A flag is out. However, this one might be half the distance to the goal. Is that enough for a 1st down? Indeed, it is. Just enough with the ball at about the 9-yard line, maybe the 8. But that will award the Patriots a 1st down, at least according to the signal.
Offsides against the Knights. 5-yard penalty.
Here's a look at that one, slowed down.
4th down and about half a yard.
And it is 4th down. They did not give them the first, and I think that's the right call. It's going to be 4th down in less than a yard. And we'll take one more look at that one, slowed down a bit more. We'll also get a look at where the ball was spotted. So you'll see the down marker come into frame a bit after the Knights jump. So as the camera moves to the left a bit, you'll see right there the fourth down marker is just inside of the 8. So that is indeed the right call to not award the first down. It is certainly a fourth and less than a yard, but if you're the Patriots, it's a big yard. Already trailing by 7. You've been stopped a couple of times in this game. You catch the break on special teams, and you hope to capitalize in this position, as it was a timeout called by Freehold in that spot. That is their first charge timeout. But if you're Freehold here and you don't get it, at the very least, Old Bridge is pinned back. We know how good the Knights are defensively on 4th. We saw it on full display against Hunterdon Central a couple of weeks ago. Those made our highlight package. And with 2 backs in the backfield, Lassiter comes out in the gun. High snap, handoff, and it looks to be just enough for a first down. This is going to be awfully close. We'll see if perhaps one of our views can give us a better look. Here's a look from in tight. A bit slowed down. Did they give it to him? I believe they did. Great job by Lassiter on the high snap. And Ratner struggled to find room there. He is piled on by a host of Old Bridge tacklers. He got just enough for the first down. So it's officially a 1st and goal. Patriots looking for their first points of the night. 2 men in the backfield alongside Lassiter, who hands off to Ratner. And Ratner is tackled just short of the goal line. 2nd and goal. Ratner's been busy on this drive, both as a runner and just a bit of a deke or a diversion on the 4th down pass play. There's a handoff, and Ratner straight into the teeth of the Knights defense. And with that, we have reached the end of 1 in Old Bridge. Our score, the Knights 7 and the Patriots nothing, as we have reached the end of the first quarter. And with that, we have some shout-outs and some thank yous to issue. As the 2 teams switch sides very quickly, we will start with some of the great sponsors of Knights football. Never a bad time to say thank you, but we'd like to especially shout out Richie over at Bagel Boy, Jessica at Bubba's, Ann at Tuscany, and Chris at Mazzio Transport. Thank you to all of you for your sponsorship of Old Bridge Knights high school football. And as always, whenever the opportunity presents itself, we like to wish happy birthdays on the broadcast here as well. Sophomore defensive lineman, the Viking, Kyle Cunningham, celebrates his birthday. Happy birthday, Kyle. He goes by the Viking among his teammates, wears number 64, and plays on the defensive line for this Knights squad. Happy birthday, Kyle. Hopefully, for Kyle, the Knights can gift him a victory on his birthday. If you're a fan of the Patriots, you're hoping for quite the opposite. All fans, welcome in our live chat and here on the PDF Sports Network. We're proud to bring you this playoff matchup, and for me, it's my 2nd playoff matchup for the Knights that I've covered over the last 2 seasons, and we're hoping for more, admittedly. And for us here on PDF, that only happens if the Knights win. So we try to be impartial. Sometimes it gets a bit tough. As we're set to begin the 2nd quarter here in Old Bridge, it is 2nd down and goal for the Patriots. They trail by 7 as we begin quarter number 2. Lassiter in the gun, will hand off again. Ratner trying to power toward the goal line, and he is stood up. Endaz and Kassoff in on the tackle, no gain on the play, and that will bring up 3rd down and goal. Inches have been tough to come by down around the goal line for Freehold on this drive, and Ratner runs straight into a wall there. Nothing you can do. I think it's fair to call them the silver and purple tonight, but very often Old Bridge goes by the moniker the purple and black. Not quite sure if those uniforms qualify as black, but we'll let it go as they try and power it forward, and they might be short again. The signal is touchdown from the near side as Lassiter powers in. The Knights came away with the football, so a lot to unpack on that last play. We'll get another look at it in just a moment. We stayed in tight on that last play, and why not? Down around the goal line, and there you see Lassiter very quickly moving under center and fighting his way forward. He got it. That is the right call. And Freehold will line up for what could be a game-tying extra point. And they'll fake it and throw for it and convert it. Freehold with a trick play on what we expected to be a point-after-touchdown attempt, and they've got it. How about that play call? Here's one more look. Freehold in front, 8-7. It was a fake all the way, and they convert on the two-point try. Patriots in front, 8-7. How about that in the postseason? The Patriots pulling out the trick play and doing well to convert it. We'll see how good of a look Joe got from in tight on that one. We'll slow it down for you just a bit. Here's one more look at it from in close. Perfectly executed, and a lot of that play as well is sold by the men up front. You can't take off too early in the receiving pattern either and give yourself away, and in all facets, that trick play executed nicely by the Patriots as they go in front for the first time tonight. Freehold 8, Old Bridge 7. Knights set to receive a kickoff for just the second time in this game. They were punted to a couple of times. Only one of those found the arms of the return man. This is Amari Allsbrook. Allsbrook out across the 25 and brought down close to the 27 or 28-yard line. So the Knights might be just a bit shaken here. You have a punt bounce off the back of one of your own players by no fault of his. And as really had no way of knowing that ball was headed straight for the number on the back of his uniform, but it skips off his uniform number and straight to the Patriots, who recovered. They turn what I guess goes down as a takeaway into a touchdown. And the Knights now expecting to get the ball back, leading by 7 not too long ago, now have it trailing by a point. And Brody Nugent doesn't go very far on that first down carry, 2nd and 9. And we didn't see much of that on the first drive for Old Bridge. Nugent, for the most part, had his way running the football. Holes opening up quickly. Nugent, a patient runner as well as an explosive runner, and that shouldn't be lost in his ability carrying the football. And we'll see what kind of adjustments this Patriots defense has made. It's been a long time since they've been on the field. Nugent looking to throw here on 2nd and 9 is flushed out to his left, and he will take off to run. And a flag comes out. This one's coming back. Holding is going to be the call against Old Bridge here. We'll see if we can spot it on the replay. Flag did come out pretty late.
Holding against the Knights.
Saw the flag come in right around the time that Nugent crossed the line of scrimmage. And we'll see just how far they back him up here. You'd expect this to be a 2nd down and about 19. And that is indeed the case. 2nd and 19 now for the Knights. We saw Old Bridge climb out of many 1st and long, 2nd and long, even 3rd and long holes against Hunterdon Central. But they did not face much resistance from Colonia defensively in the game last week. And it was really a shocking final. Nugent looking to throw here on 2nd and long, will complete. Losing his footing there. And being brought down was Allsbrook. It looks like he picked up 10 on the play, which would bring them to a 3rd and 9. And you'll take that if you're the Knights.
Irvin in on the tackle. 3rd down and 8 for the Knights.
Irvin in on the tackle. And they give Old Bridge a 3rd and 8 here. And once again, the Knights to the line quickly. No time for replays here in Old Bridge. I'm on double duty tonight, play-by-play, color, and your engineer. So all of the replays, camera switches, that's me. Pat and Joe outside operating our 2 camera angles tonight. Dave and the rest of the crew in New Rochelle this evening as Nugent throws the screen on 3rd and long. There is room for Allsbrook. He breaks a tackle and picks up a 1st down. Big broken tackle on that play. You'll see it here on the replay. We'll get another look at that one from in tight. And a good job by the Knights to sell that screen pass. We'll see if we have to cut away here. But Allsbrook making the reception, has a big broken tackle on that play right there. Knew where he had to go to pick up a 1st. And pick up the 1st, he does. 1st down, Knights. Ball at their own 41-yard line. Nugent once again in an empty backfield. Rizzo the motion man. And a flag comes out before that play can get started. Offsides, the call on the defense.
5 yards, replay first down.
1st and 5 following the Freehold penalty. Here's a slowed down look at the line of scrimmage. I believe this one was called on the edge. And it looks like the Patriots may have had William August lined up a bit too far across the line of scrimmage, because it appears that's where the call was. Always tough to make that out from our vantage point. We are at about the Freehold 45-yard line up here in the press box. We are not at the 50, so anything that occurs to the left of the 50 offers us a bit of a skewed perspective. And a timeout is called here.
Will take its first timeout.
First charge timeout for the Knights with 7:56 to go here in the 2nd quarter. And with that Knights timeout, we would like to thank another sponsor of Old Bridge football, the Candied Ham softball team. Candied Ham is a proud sponsor of Old Bridge Knights High School football. You can check them out on Instagram at CandiedHam_official. The Candied Ham softball team, a proud sponsor of Old Bridge Knights High School football. And with that, we will also throw it to a quick commercial break. We did not get through all of our ads during the pregame. We're going to get through some more right here. When we come back, it is Knights football, 1st down and 5. Knights driving, trailing by a point. All right, thank you, Sammy D's, where we know that very often the game is on the big screen. As the Knights hand off to Chase Rizzo on 1st and 5, and once again, he doesn't get very far. Give him a yard to bring up a 2nd down and 4. We'll get a chance to hear from Tyrone Tracy and All-American Ford coming up during our next commercial break. With a change of possession, we'll throw it to more messages from our sponsors. Just a couple more of those to get through, as our pregame was cut a bit short. Nugent looking to throw here on 2nd and 4, and he throws it away. Rizzo close enough to avoid the grounding flag, but that will bring up a 3rd down. And I think something that the Patriots have done really well in this game is they've put a lot of pressure on Brody Nugent. And you'll see that here on the replay. Nugent, very accustomed to having so much time to throw, did not have as much time on that play. And if you don't give Nugent a chance to extend plays with his legs, force him to throw from the pocket, make him uncomfortable in that pocket, that's probably your best chance of success against this Knights offense. Nugent rolling right here, time running out, and he throws it away. 4th down Knights, as Nugent could not find anybody down the field on that play. And credit to not only this Freehold pass rush for making Nugent a bit uncomfortable, but they've had to cover downfield for an extended period on some plays as well. This time, the 3-man rush does not get home. The Knights with plenty of blocking in there. A 5-on-3 at the line of scrimmage, and the Patriots defense doing their job in the secondary to make sure there were no openings for the Knights and Brody Nugent, as Nugent will look to throw here, but no opening. And any team that has scouted Old Bridge knows that the fake punt is always a possibility, as the punt lands out of bounds down at the 19-yard line. So with that, let's hear from Tyrone Tracy, some of the New York Giants, and All-American Ford. We'll be right back here on the PDF Sports Network.
Got to check out All-American Ford. All-American Ford is #1.
All-American Ford in Old Bridge is proudly family-owned and operated, and we're the #1 Ford dealership in New Jersey.
All-American Ford is the tri-state area's giant auto group. They always have the largest selection, and it's not even close. All-American Ford is currently offering APR financing as low as 0%, low monthly lease specials, and thousands off MSRP.
Giant selection,
giant savings.
Go G-Men, and go All-American Ford.
Shop online at allamericanfordandoldbridge.com.
All right, we're back from Old Bridge. 1st down, Patriots. Quick throw by Lassiter is complete. Quick pitch and catch. George Burge on the receiving end. Gain of 5 on 1st down. And those are the kinds of completions that we've seen the Knights willing to give up at times. The quick, short sideline pass. And that time Lassiter able to connect with Burge. Once again, Lassiter lined up in the gun. And he will look to throw downfield this time. Incomplete. And a flag down by the quarterback.
Penalty markers are in the backfield.
So we'll see what kind of look we get in the offensive backfield on this one. That's a tough call against Old Bridge. It is a roughing the passer call. We're going to slow this one down a bit as well. That is a bang-bang play, really tough on a defensive lineman in that situation. We're going to slow it down one more time. Yeah, that's roughing the passer. When you're coming in with a full head of steam, I can see a defensive player following through with that and hitting the quarterback, but that ball was out, and that is the right call, as Lassiter will complete again, this time near side, and making the slide and grab was Jake Schultzel. Rios on the tackle, and Freehold will pick up the 1st down on that completion. Here's one more look at that one from in tight. The Knights defense moving to their left just enough to open up that rollout and completion. And it's little things like that in the play design that sometimes make all the difference against a defense that puts so much pressure on the opposing quarterback. This time they fake a handoff to the left and complete a pass to the right. And still on his feet before finally being brought down along that far sideline was Burge. And Burge has done a really nice job on this drive, as has the play caller for Freehold. And we don't often get the names of the coordinators included in our roster sheets. We don't have them tonight, but you see it there, a fake handoff to the left. It gets that Knights defense moving to their right. And once they get moving to the right, that buys some extra time for your quarterback and allows him to roll out to his right, as that one was swatted down at the line of scrimmage. Michael Kavas emphatically swatting that football down. 2nd down coming up here. Here's one more look at that one. See if we can see where Kavas got his hand in. He got it in off the edge. Oftentimes when you see those kinds of pass deflections, it's on a screen pass or something to the sideline. Other than that, it's usually one of those big men in the middle leaping to make the swat. Lassiter, short throw complete. And Quattracki is brought down at the 31-yard line. Looks like a pickup of about 6 on the play. And that will bring up a 3rd and 4. It's been a series of short, easy passes for Lassiter on this drive. Some sideline passes, get him moving, throwing to a man in space along the sideline. And the play callers for Freehold have done a really good job of putting him in good positions to deliver a ball without facing big-time pressure. It's 3rd and 4 now. Ball just outside of the Old Bridge 30-yard line, and this is a big play with about 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Patriots already in front looking for more. Lassiter, incomplete. Good coverage there over the middle by Luke Mersel. We've said his name more than a few times this year. Mersel has gotten his hands on an interception in a game we've covered. That one came a couple of weeks ago at Hunterdon Central. As you get a look at his coverage over the middle there, as well as some emphatic spectators making their way into the field of view for our hero camera. But that will bring up 4th down and 4. And it looks like the Patriots are going to keep their offense out there. Not much of a surprise. But this is a big play for both teams. If you're the Patriots and you score here, I think that effectively leaves the Knights with one more chance to get on the board in this first half. High snap. Lassiter moving to his right. Time running out, and he fits it into a tight window complete. First down, Patriots. And a big-time throw on that play from Dakota Lassiter. That is an impressive ball from the Patriots quarterback into heavy traffic. That was Lorenzo making the grab. And here's a look at just how tight that window was. 2 defenders in the area. Lassiter rolling right and is able to fit it in there for the first down pickup. That is a big-time throw in the postseason. Lassiter, option, pitches it back, and the Knights are all over it. That was a very dangerous play there. Mersel there to make the tackle. But we'll get a look at just how dangerous this was if we have some time here for the replay, and we will. Without slowing it down, it's really tough to illustrate just how close that one was to getting away from Ratner, but we're going to slow it down. Don't have the view from in tighter with Lassiter in the frame, but here's a look at that pitch. He did a good job to reach behind him and grab it. If he doesn't, the Knights had a lot of bodies in the area. Second down pass attempt. Lassiter, sideline, incomplete.
Lassiter's pass falls incomplete. That's intended for
That'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10.
Mistakenly had 2nd and 10 up on the screen. Big window here, and we mentioned earlier that Lassiter had a couple of early opportunities with the receiver open and didn't quite put the ball where it needed to be. I would say at least one of those ended up resting on the receiver. Ball a bit high. You'd like to put it on the numbers, but well within the wingspan of the wideout it was dropped. That one definitely could have been completed. 3rd and long. Lassiter throwing. End zone caught for a Patriots touchdown. Mikey Lorenzo goes up to get it. And the Patriots now lead it by 7 following the touchdown connection between Lassiter and Lorenzo. Here is one more look at it. Another big-time throw. And the Patriots have a chance to make this an 8-point game. See if they go PAT this time. And indeed, they will. It is good. And the lead is now the full breadth of a touchdown and a 2-point try. Freehold in front, 15-7. 3:07 to go now in the first half. As we'll get one more look at that touchdown grab in just a moment. Here's a look from in tight, because why not? That's some pretty good camera work by Joe. He is behind the hero cam for the first time tonight. It's always a bit challenging from in a bit closer to follow that football, but we have Pat up top to follow the football, Joe outside to follow the hero. Joe Foreman on the call, Pat Gilorenzo on our main camera, Joe Calabrese on hero camera tonight. Over in New Rochelle, the other half of our crew, David Pizzuto, alongside Cameron Williams on the call for the Elite Football Alliance Championship in New Rochelle. Alex on camera for them over there. He's been our engineer a couple of times this year. 3:07 to go in the first half from Old Bridge. And the Knights now trail it by 8. Kickoff muffed by Allsbrook, and he does scoop it up with room. Out across the 15, across the 20, and across the 25, out to the 28-yard line. So a good run back there for Allsbrook after a muff on the return. First down Knights from their 28-yard line. And here's a look at that last run back by Allsbrook. Normally very sure-handed back there. Certainly a sure-handed wideout. You don't see him muff one too often. But the Knights get away with it and get a decent run back as well. The Knights with a chance to double dip going into the half, but that is only if they can score here. I would guess they go for 2 if they score, but every coach with a different philosophy on that. Nugent, quick throw incomplete. And the pressure was on once again. Kokotis on the pass breakup, and once again, plenty of pressure around Brody Nugent on this play. Here's a look. And I think the temptation is certainly there for viewers who haven't followed these teams closely all year to say, Freehold didn't win a division game. Why are they in the postseason? But they're showing you exactly why with their performance defensively early in this one. Nugent with the quick pump fake, rolling right, completes to Chase Rizzo. Rizzo fighting toward the 40-yard line, does pick up a first down. That's a much-needed first down for the Knights on the completion to Rizzo. Here's one more look at it. Old Bridge quick to the line, but based on what we've seen so far, they haven't been quick to snap it. That was actually a look at the incompletion. Of course, they're quick to snap here, and that one is dropped by Allsbrook over the middle. Make that Olivencia over the middle, not Allsbrook. The one time we go to replay with the anticipation of a not-so-quick snap, they go quick. Finally thought I'd hit my stride, pulling double duty. 2nd and 10 Knights. Ball at their own 40-yard line. Nugent running out of time, takes off, and throws incomplete. Allsbrook was open, but Nugent could not connect. The big question is, had Nugent crossed the line of scrimmage? I think there's certainly a chance he might have, but again, our perspective, very skewed. So what we're going to do is take a look from in tight. Line of scrimmage is the 40. And he certainly did not cross. Certainly not. Now, there is a flag on the play, and if they got him for an illegal forward pass, that is a bad call. I think they got him for an illegal forward pass. And if so, that is a bad call. We're going to wind this one forward to show you where Nugent released the football. We don't know for a fact that was the call, but the line of scrimmage was the 40. And as you can see one more time, this ball is released well shy of the 40. So instead of a 2nd down and 10 becoming a 3rd and 10, it's 3rd and 15. Nugent rolling left, throwing downfield, complete for a 1st down. That is a big 1st down pickup. Nugent to Chiarella for Knights' 1st down. And with just over 2 minutes to go in the half, that's one that if you're Old Bridge, you really had to have, because if you don't convert there, you give the Patriots a chance to perhaps go up 2 scores before halftime. A big opening there for Chiarella along the sideline. Under 2 minutes to go now. Nugent, quick throw. Low, incomplete. Allsbrook wide open there for what would have been a pickup of about 5 or 6 yards at least. And Nugent put that one in the turf. 1:47 to go in the half now, 2nd and 10. The Knights now with it in Patriots territory at the Freehold 47-yard line. Knights taking a good amount of time here ahead of this 2nd down snap. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Chiarella, the motion man. Nugent looking to throw. Has good protection, now takes off across the 50, 45-40, and he lowers his shoulder right at the sticks. And we'll see how close he came. It is a gain of 9, 3rd and 1, following the run by Nugent. And he took a hit at the end of that one. And right back to live action for us. The Knights hurry to the line and complete. It is Olivencia still on his feet and bounced out of bounds. I'm not sure how the Knights got back to the line of scrimmage that quickly, but they really sped things up there. Nugent was underneath a pile of tacklers, and the Knights immediately lined up and snapped the football. Shame on me once again. I should know better, but boy, did the Knights line up quickly on that play. 1st and 10, Old Bridge. Ball at the Patriots' 27-yard line, 1:12 to go in the half. Chiarella, the motion man, once again as Nugent looks to throw. Pump fake, completion, Chiarella. And he lowers his shoulder to within about 2 yards of a 1st down. 2nd and 2, Nugent gets the troops to the line of scrimmage quickly. Under 50 seconds to go in the half. Nugent, pump fakes. Moving to his right, will throw it away. And he had Rios open over the middle, didn't see him. That incompletion brings up 3rd and 2. May age myself a bit, but it was just noted by public address that the Old Bridge cheerleaders had the 6-7 chant going. I still don't know what that trend refers to. I don't know what it means. I think I have a bit more gray hair than many of the spectators involved in that chant, but I'm a bit out of the loop. Very locked in with what's happening out on the field with 3rd and 2 coming up. Big play here for the Knights. 41 seconds to go in the half. Rizzo, the motion man. Nugent keeps. He has a 1st down. He has more. He has 6 points. Brody Nugent into the end zone for the 2nd time tonight. And with 36.1 to go in the half, Old Bridge is back to within 2. Our score, Freehold 15 and Old Bridge 13. That is a big score late in the half for Brody Nugent and the Knights. They fake it to Rizzo. Nugent right up the gut, takes it all the way to the end zone for 6. And Matt Donahue's philosophy, go for 1 here. Do not chase points. You have an automatic place kicker in Michael Ferretto, And he makes good on that PAT to cut the Patriots' lead to 1. 36.1 to go until halftime. Old Bridge within a point. And the Patriots, with 2 timeouts remaining, will have a chance to do something. We'll see how aggressive they get in the closing seconds of this first half. If I'm the Patriots here, you have to be careful because Old Bridge, more than once already this season, has taken a turnover in the secondary and taken it back a long way. Those have not gone for touchdowns, but this Old Bridge team very adept at the interception and run back. If you're going to throw it up, you have to make sure you do not leave the Knights with any time. Ferretto set to send this one deep. 2 men back around the 5 to receive it for Freehold, and it is scooped up off the bounce by Schultzel, and he is stood up shy of the 30. So that is where the Patriots will get started. 1st and 10, ball at the 30-yard line, 30 seconds remaining in this first half.
Nugent and Luke Mercil in on the tackle. Freehold will have the ball 1st down and 10 with 30 seconds remaining in the half.
With 2 timeouts, I think you probably look to throw it at least once. And you have to keep in mind how many timeouts the Knights have as well. I'm a big proponent of forcing the other team to punt it if you can. The Knights, highly unlikely to get the ball back, but if you can force a punt attempt, you'll take that. Lassiter in the gun will look to throw on 1st down. And that pass is incomplete. Well over the head of Mikey Lorenzo. 2nd and 10 now. And I think if you're the Patriots now, you may look to run it here on 2nd down and force Old Bridge to use a timeout if they so choose. With the incompletion on 1st, just 25 seconds, I don't know how aggressive you want to be here. Maybe try a screen pass, something low risk, high reward kind of play. It is a throw, and Lassiter has a lot of running room. He takes off, and Lassiter goes out of bounds. 1st down Patriots, just past their own 40-yard line. So now, with 2 timeouts in your back pocket in 20 seconds, you can feel safe airing it out. I think the worst case now is that you take the remainder of the half with you. Once again, Lassiter in the gun, 1st and 10 from the 40. Quick throw over the middle, complete. And a big tackle there is made by Noah Rios. Schultzel makes the catch. Timeout is taken by Freehold with 13.5 to go in the half. And I think now, if you're the Patriots, you're looking at one more completion into Hail Mary territory, or perhaps sure you don't concede too much. You're not in prevent defense here, but you don't want to concede too much. Lassiter throwing deep over the middle, complete. And that will take the Patriots down to about the 20-yard line. Lorenzo on the reception, and Freehold will take their final timeout. So the Patriots have set themselves up now well within striking distance, and I think a play like that is right on the border of maybe conceding just a bit too much. Tough to make out numbers. I'll run this one back one more time, but it looked like over the middle, the Knights may have looked to pass this one off defensively. Let's see. In coverage there, as I've lost my Old Bridge roster, but I don't need it to know that number 22 is Jaden Endaz. He was in coverage over the middle there, and it looked like perhaps his initial instinct was to pass off, elected then to continue up the field and man just a bit late. And if you're even a little delayed in turning those hips upfield, that creates the opening. And Schultz will try a long field goal here. It's going to be about a 42-yarder, and he drills it. Forget conceding too much in terms of a shot to the end zone. Schultz comes out and drills a 42-yard field goal. And that will take us to halftime. So the Knights certainly did concede too much on that last play. They allowed the Patriots to complete a pass into field goal range, and Schultzel absolutely drills it from 42. I don't believe we've seen a kick made from that long all season. Impressive enough that we'll show it once more. Schultzel from 42, maybe even 43. The kick is good, and we head to halftime. Old Bridge now trailing, 18-14. A message from the great sponsors of Knights football coming up. And then when we come back, the final 24 minutes in this postseason matchup, Patriots over Knights by 4. We're not headed to halftime just yet, folks. That field goal went in with 1.7 on the clock. So they put 1.7 back up, and the live chat is right. That was a 37-yarder. You are correct, Chris. It was 37. So mentally, rather than adding 17 from the line of scrimmage, I added 17 from where the holder placed the ball down. That is my mistake. It was a 37-yarder. Certainly still a nice kick, Chris. But they put 1.7 back on the clock after the field goal. So the Knights will get a play from just outside of their own 30-yard line. Good thing we didn't throw it to break quite yet. So I mentioned it before. Old Bridge had to be very cautious about conceding too much, and they did. They conceded far too much on the previous snap, setting up the 37-yard field goal try. And now they trail by 4, and they will line up in the gun. I'd expect Nugent to keep this one and run. We'll see. And he will. He does have some blocking, but not enough to take it any further. Nugent brought down just past the 40, and that will bring us to halftime. Our score at the break, Freehold 18, Old Bridge 14. A message from the great sponsors of Knights football. And when we come back, the final 24 minutes in this postseason matchup, Patriots over the Knights by 4 as we've reached halftime.
Getting a home loan shouldn't feel like an obstacle course. At CMG Home Loans, getting a loan is simple. Our loan officers are here for you every step of the way. With over 2,000 five-star reviews, when you're ready to buy or refi, we'll work together to find the loan you need for the home you love. CMG Home Loans. Simplified, trusted, committed.
Celebrating 65 years, the Old Bridge Rebels Youth Organization is the longest-running and most successful youth organization, serving Old Bridge Township. The Rebels are the premier football and cheer organization with a long and rich history in coaching and developing our community's future leaders. Through proper guidance and leadership, the Rebels program assists the youth in developing the qualities of safe play, discipline, teamwork, fundamentals, and well-being. We will continue to focus on these goals while maintaining a strong presence in the community. Check us out at swsrebels.org.
This football season, stop by Market Boy Liquors, your hometown destination for over 20 years. Family-owned and operated, our 8,000-square-foot store features the largest beer cooler in the area, plus an unbeatable selection of wine, spirits, cigars, and craft beer. Conveniently located at 1132 Englishtown Road, Old Bridge, New Jersey, 08857, Market Boy Liquors is proud to serve our community with the best variety and friendly service. Call us today at 732-251-4616 and make Market Boy your game day headquarters.
When it comes to buying and selling a home, do it with Peter Hunt's home team, powered by Century 21. For years, Peter has dedicated his life to the real estate industry, offering help and care to all of his clients. With experience and proven results, Peter is an award-winning realtor and the top producer for Century 21 Action Plus. A resident of Old Bridge, put Peter to work at selling your home or finding the home of your dreams. Call 1-800-299-2129 or reach Peter directly at 9086-014-934.
For raising the standard in facility services and commercial cleaning look to Pritchard Industries. For over 35 years, our commitment to creating clean, healthy, and safe environments is unwavering, ensuring that your facility not only looks pristine, but also promotes well-being and productivity so your business can excel. Specializing in comprehensive commercial cleaning solutions, advanced facility services, responsible sustainable practices, and innovative technology, contact us now at pritchardindustries.com. Pritchard Industries, here for you.
At Giuseppe's Old School Italian Pizzeria, we bring you the perfect blend of tradition and flavor. Whether you're craving a classic New York-style pizza, a hearty pasta dish, or a fresh Italian hero, we've got something for everyone. Stop by, grab a slice, and taste the difference of real old-school Italian cooking right here in Old Bridge, New Jersey. Giuseppe's, located at 2581 County Road 516 in Old Bridge. Simply delicious.
At Maz Transport, we're ready to get your vacation started early with luxury airport service and your transportation needs. In fact, whether it's for corporate transport, trips to Atlantic City, a night in the city, date night, or any other need, Maz Transport is your choice for our luxury fleet to take you there in style. Call or text 732-2071-079 and let us know where you want to go, and we'll take care of the rest at Maz Transport.
At Function Forward Physical Therapy, we listen to your specific needs, utilize manual therapy techniques to decrease pain and restore mobility, emphasize customized exercise plans, and are here to assist in all your function and fitness needs. Whether it's return to work or play rehab, fitness training, or our soft wave therapy program, we're here to help you get better, feel better, and live better. Function Forward Physical Therapy. Check us out today.
At Mass Mutual Tri-State, our financial professionals are dedicated to your financial well-being and focused on helping you achieve your financial goals. We provide expertise in crafting strategies that align with your specific needs. We offer industry-leading insurance solutions, financial planning, and wealth management tailored to support your pursuit of a financially secure future. Whether you're planning for retirement, protecting your loved ones, or growing your wealth, we're here to guide you every step of the way. So please call Rich Caruso at 732-623-5700 with any questions and to set an appointment with one of our financial professionals. Thank you. Local firms are sales offices of Massachusetts Mutual Life Insurance Company, Mass Mutual, Springfield, Massachusetts, and are not subsidiaries of Mass Mutual or its affiliated companies. Securities and investment advisory services offered through qualified registered representatives of Imamel Investor Services, LLC. Member SIPC, 732-623-5700.
Since 2003, Elite Sports Physical Therapy of Morganville has developed customized care and physical therapy programs for thousands of athletes through evaluation and setting athletic goals. Whether a torn ACL, dislocated shoulder, or concussion is keeping you on the sidelines, our highly trained physical therapists can help you recover and return to the field or court in better shape than ever before. Come see what we are all about. Visit us at elitespt.com or call us today to book a consultation.
At Bagel Boy Bagel Shop in Old Bridge, we're more than just bagels. Come visit us at 2329 County Road 516, where we bake our bagels and bread fresh daily, have the freshest fruit and veggie platters, and an assortment of sandwiches and plates that are sure to satisfy. Bagel Boy is a proud sponsor of all things Old Bridge. Go Knights and go to Bagel Boy. 2329 County Road 516 and at bagelboyonline.com.
Old Bridge students take advantage of the Old Bridge special at Bagel Boy. 10% off all purchases with your valid student ID.
Protect your family, pets, and your wallet with Anchor Pest Control. We provide coverage for all your pest removal needs, and our all-inclusive service saves you money. We've designed our services to be both comprehensive and budget-friendly for homeowners. Plus, with our premium service, you'll get a free mosquito application. See how Anchor stacks up against the competition. Visit us, anchorpestcontrol.net, or call 888-623-2847 for information and service.
You gotta check out All American Ford. All American Ford is #1.
All American Ford in Old Bridge is proudly family owned and operated, and we're the #1 Ford dealership in New Jersey.
All American Ford is the tri-state area's giant auto group. They always have the largest selection, and it's not even close. All American Ford is currently offering APR financing as low as 0%, low monthly lease specials, and thousands off MSRP.
Giant selection, giant savings. Go G-Men and go All American Ford.
Shop online at allamericanfordandoldbridge.com.
Getting a home loan shouldn't feel like an obstacle course. At CMG Home Loans, getting a loan is simple. Our loan officers are here for you every step of the way. With over 2,000 five-star reviews, when you're ready to buy or refi, we'll work together to find the loan you need for the home you love. CMG Home Loans. Simplified, trusted, committed.
Celebrating 65 years, the Old Bridge Rebels Youth Organization is the longest-running and most successful youth organization, serving Old Bridge Township. The Rebels are the premier football and cheer organization with a long and rich history in coaching and developing our community's future leaders. Through proper guidance and leadership, the Rebels program assists the youth in developing the qualities of safe play, discipline, teamwork, fundamentals, and well-being. We will continue to focus on these goals while maintaining a strong presence in the community. Check us out at swsrebels.org.
This football season, stop by Market Boy Liquors, your hometown destination for over 20 years. Family-owned and operated, our 8,000-square-foot store features the largest beer cooler in the area, plus an unbeatable selection of wine, spirits, cigars, and craft beer. Conveniently located at 1132 Englishtown Road, Old Bridge, New Jersey, 08857, Market Boy Liquors is proud to serve our community with the best variety and friendly service. Call us today at 732-251-4616 and make Market Boy your game day headquarters.
When it comes to buying and selling a home, do it with Peter Hunt's home team, powered by Century 21. For years, Peter has dedicated his life to the real estate industry, offering help and care to all of his clients. With experience and proven results, Peter is an award-winning realtor and the top producer for Century 21, Action Plus. A resident of Old Bridge, put Peter to work at selling your home or finding the home of your dreams. Call 1-800-299-2129 or reach Peter directly at 9086-014-934.
For raising the standard in facility services and commercial cleaning look to Pritchard Industries. For over 35 years, our commitment to creating clean, healthy, and safe environments is unwavering, ensuring that your facility not only looks pristine, but also promotes well-being and productivity so your business can excel. Specializing in comprehensive commercial cleaning solutions, advanced facility services, responsible sustainable practices, and innovative technology, contact us now at pritchardindustries.com. Pritchard Industries, here for you.
At Giuseppe's Old School Italian Pizzeria, we bring you the perfect blend of tradition and flavor. Whether you're craving a classic New York-style pizza, a hearty pasta dish, or a fresh Italian hero, we've got something for everyone. Stop by, grab a slice, and taste the difference of real old-school Italian cooking right here in Old Bridge, New Jersey. Giuseppe's, located at 2581 County Road 516 in Old Bridge. Simply delicious.
At Maz Transport, we're ready to get your vacation started early with luxury airport service and your transportation needs. In fact, whether it's for corporate transport, trips to Atlantic City, a night in the city, date night, or any other need, Maz Transport is your choice for our luxury fleet to take you there in style. Call or text 732-2071-079 and let us know where you want to go, and we'll take care of the rest at Maz Transport.
At Function Forward Physical Therapy, we listen to your specific needs, utilize manual therapy techniques to decrease pain and restore mobility, emphasize customized exercise plans, and are here to assist in all your function and fitness needs. Whether it's return to work or play rehab, fitness training, or our soft wave therapy program, we're here to help you get better, feel better, and live better. Function Forward Physical Therapy. Check us out today.
Tri-State. Our financial professionals are dedicated to your financial well-being and focused on helping you achieve your financial goals. We provide expertise in crafting strategies that align with your specific needs. We offer industry-leading insurance solutions, financial planning, and wealth management tailored to support your pursuit of a financially secure future. Whether you're planning for retirement, protecting your loved ones, or growing your wealth, we're here to guide you every step of the way. So please call Rich Caruso at 732-623-5700 with any questions and to set an appointment with one of our financial professionals. Thank you. Local firms are sales offices of Massachusetts Mutual Life Insurance Company, Mass Mutual, Springfield, Massachusetts, and are not subsidiaries of Mass Mutual or its affiliated companies. Securities and investment advisory services offered through qualified registered representatives of MML Investor Services, LLC. Member SIPC, 732-623-5700.
Since 2003, Elite Sports Physical Therapy of Morganville has developed customized care and physical therapy programs for thousands of athletes through evaluation and setting athletic goals. Whether a torn ACL, dislocated shoulder, or concussion is keeping you on the sidelines, our highly trained physical therapists can help you recover and return to the field or court in better shape than ever before. Come see what we are all about. Visit us at elitespt.com or call us today to book a consultation.
At Bagel Boy Bagel Shop in Old Bridge, we're more than just bagels. Come visit us at 2329 County Road 516, where we bake our bagels and bread fresh daily, have the freshest fruit and veggie platters, and an assortment of sandwiches and plates that are sure to satisfy. Bagel Boy is a proud sponsor of all things Old Bridge. Go Knights and go to Bagel Boy. 2329 County Road 516 and at bagelboyonline.com.
Old Bridge students, take advantage of the Old Bridge special at Bagel Boy. 10% off all purchases with your valid student ID.
Protect your family, pets, and your wallet with Anchor Pest Control. We provide coverage for all your pest removal needs, and our all-inclusive service saves you money. We've designed our services to be both comprehensive and budget-friendly for homeowners. Plus, with our premium service, you'll get a free mosquito application. See how Anchor stacks up against the competition. Visit us, anchorpestcontrol.net, or call 888-623-2847 for information and service.
And we are back from Old Bridge with the Knights trailing by 4 at the start of the third quarter. Freehold Township leading Old Bridge 18-14. It was a late field goal that made it a 4-point game. After being left with about 50 seconds, the Patriots made the most of that time, drove downfield, and were able to put 3 on the board. Make that about 37 seconds, in fact. The Knights scoring with about 50 to go, and then the run back took some time. So the Patriots were left with about 37 seconds. As again, a whistle comes in following the kick. And there is a flag down on the field as well. So see which way this one goes. Typically, it will go against the kicking team. They'll back them up 5 yards, and we will re-kick. But during the first half, Old Bridge came out defensively looking like they have all season long. 3 and out forced. They get the football, converted a big 4th down on the offensive side, and then Brody Nugent ended up scoring one of his 2 first-half touchdowns. However, Freehold would score 15 unanswered. A big part of that was a big faked PAT. That made it 8-7 at about the midway point of the half. Old Bridge responded with a touchdown of their own. That came very late in the half. And then Freehold getting the football back took decent starting field position, not great, around their own 30, and were able to turn that into 3 points with just 37 seconds to work with. This is Brody Nugent on the run back. Nugent across the 25, across the 30, 35, 40, and finally tackled at the Old Bridge 48-yard line. And that is where the Knights will get started, make it the Old Bridge 44-yard line. Nugent with a good run back, and we've seen that from him on more than one occasion. And we'll get one more look at his latest return right here. But this team, as we know, leans very heavily on Brody Nugent. So important to what they do on the offensive side of the ball. Plays a big role on special teams as well. A return man and a punter when called upon. Always capable of that fake punt as well. Nugent looks toward his sideline. It is 1st and 10. Once again, the ball at the Old Bridge 44. Bit of a low snap. Nugent reels it in, breaks 2 tackles, and is finally wrestled down hard at midfield. Give him the midfield stripe, the 50-yard line, and he certainly paid for that run. It's going to be a 2nd and 5 for Old Bridge as they hurry back to the line. Nugent took a really big hit at the end of this run. And he will throw quickly here on 2nd and 5, incomplete. Allsbrook was the intended target. Here's a look at that first down run. Nugent got slammed down at the 50. There you see it. Big tackle there to wrestle Nugent down. That was number 99, Jack Mills, who threw Nugent down to the turf. It's now 3rd and 5, and there's early movement. No question about that one. Back him up 5, 3rd and 10 Knights now. And it's so easy when an offensive lineman gets moving early to call out the lineman, but this team up front has been so good all year. You hate to do it, but when you're a D1 commit, it's okay. Connor Long got moving a bit early there, one of his rare miscues on the offensive line, but this 5-man front for Old Bridge has been so good all year. Their blocking in the running game has been so consistent, and they've allowed Nugent the ability to run so patiently. He doesn't need to look for the hole quickly and accelerate quickly. He is able to wait behind that big offensive line and put together big chunk runs. Here, Nugent looks to throw. And this one very well blocked as well. Nugent airing it out to a wide open Chase Rizzo. He's got it at the 15, juking across the 10. 5, touchdown Knights. Chase Rizzo from Brody Nugent, but a flag is down on the play. We await the call, but a flag is down on the play. And this one might be coming back. Ineligible man downfield is the call. And with a play extended as long as that one, it is not surprising to see. That is a tough break for the Knights. And we'll get one more look at it and see if we can spot it. We're going to have to slow things down. The line of scrimmage is the 45-yard line. Keep that in mind, 45-yard line. And you can see it already. There's no doubt that is the right call. That is the right call. A tough break for the Knights, but without a doubt, that is the correct call on the play. And it's now going to be a 3rd down and 14. You can even see it more closely on this angle. We'll have to slow it down a bit, and we'll get back in time for live action. But there you see the ineligible man downfield right there. And I said I hate to do it, but 2 plays in a row. That time it's Matt Caruso. Nugent looking to throw again. And there's a lot of contact there. A flag comes out. And if that is PI, 15 yards would be enough for a first down. The officials will converse. But I thought that one was pretty clear. I think the question becomes illegal contact or pass interference. And it's going to be pass interference. Yeah, that ball's out. To be fair, oftentimes when you see a receiver effectively stop running his route, as Chiarella did, they don't get that call. He did not try and continue through the defensive back, really didn't make himself known to the official. Oftentimes you'll see a receiver throw up his hands, wave his hands, do anything he can to grab the attention of the referee. Chiarella didn't need to that time. As the PI awards Old Bridge a first down. Ball now at the Patriots' 45. Nugent, quick throw. Alsbrook complete. And Alsbrook lowers his shoulder as he gains the 40-yard line and then some. Give him 6 on the play. That will bring up a 2nd down and 4. Alsbrook, when he has the football in his hands, is not willing, or I should say is willing. He's not willing to shy away from contact. He is very willing to lower the shoulder and play physically as Nugent keeps here and was nearly stripped. But he has a first down and is tackled at the 30-yard line. And you'll see here on the replay of that last run, Nugent came very close to losing the football. If they snap quickly, we'll have to get back to live action. But there you see Nugent barely hanging on to that football. Great work by Joe on camera. Nugent will keep again here, and Nugent will pick up a nice chunk on the ground. Give him 7 on that one. 2nd and 3 coming up. And the Knights continue to feature Brody Nugent very heavily on the ground, and that worked early. On the first drive, Nugent continued to find running room. As always, he is a tough tackle. Here, Nugent looks back toward his sideline on 2nd and 3. Motion man is Rizzo. Nugent will hand off. Rizzo bouncing it outside. Looks to spin upfield, still on his feet, and picks up the first down. That is a nice run by Chase Rizzo. It did not look like he was going to be able to find the room to pick up the first down. But a series of nifty moves from Rizzo. Escapes the shoestring tackle, spins upfield, and picks up enough for a first. Knights now in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the Patriots' 19-yard line. 3 minutes gone by here in the second half. Nugent flushed out to his left, has some room, throwing, end zone! And Chiarella brought it in with one hand, but he was out of bounds. That is a great effort by Chiarella in the end zone, but not enough to put 6 on the board. Nugent did have room to keep this and run if he wanted. A lot of room to keep it and run. Chiarella outside the frame there. Out of bounds as well. It wasn't that close, but he made a great one-handed grab. $8:52 to go in the third quarter. And Nugent breaks through the middle, still going, and finally is brought down. Jamar Irvin on the tackle now. I did just notice the scoreboard here reads 17-14. I had it at 18. Meanwhile, Old Bridge picks up a first down. So I'm going to double check the score. Following this possession, I could be mistaken. Nugent looking back toward his sideline. It is a 1st and 10. Make it a 1st and goal. And the quick pass to Rizzo sees him turn upfield, and he's tackled inside the 5.
Number 11, Jake Schultzel, in on the tackle. Second down and goal.
That is Rizzo on the carry, not the completion. Right now I'm trying to wind things back and figure out our scoreboard situation. Second and goal, Knights. Order of chivalry on the field. 4 men in the offensive backfield. Nugent keeps. Bouncing outside, he races for the end zone. A flag flies, and for now, it is a Knights touchdown.
Nugent crosses the goal line, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
We await the penalty flag. Now, something I've highlighted very often this season is that the Knights get started early when they run this formation. However, it is a hold against the Knights. We have lost our camera outside, so I'll have to go check on Joe following this drive.
Second and goal from the 14-yard line.
It is a second and goal from the 14-yard line for the Knights. That touchdown wiped off the board. And I think that is huge, not only in that it takes 6 points off the board. Obviously, that's huge if you're the Patriots. But I think conventional wisdom says it also takes away what I've called the order of chivalry, but that's the 4-man backfield. All right, so Joe's back on camera outside. I'm not sure what happened to him there, but we lost him for about a minute, maybe 2. Nugent in the gun, empty backfield. 4 receivers to his left, Rizzo in motion. Nugent looking and will keep it as he is sandwiched at the 10-yard line. And that will bring up third and goal.
Nugent on the keeper, number 17 of Freehold, John Kokotis. Gain of 3, third down.
Well, if you're the Knights here, and it is indeed a 3-point game, you are kicking. If the extra point earlier was no good, then I missed it. I thought they ruled it good. But I could be mistaken. I would assume I am. But it is third and goal. Once again, Rizzo in motion. Nugent looking, throwing, end zone, dropped. Alsbrook had it in his hands, and he could not secure it on his way down to the turf. That one stings if you're Old Bridge, and they will not hesitate to bring on the field goal unit. See if we can track that ball on the replay. And we have to slow it down quite a bit. We will after the field goal. Ferretto has been as good as automatic. They just called it an extra point over PA, but it is a field goal. And it is indeed a field goal. And we are indeed tied at 17. So I'm going to be right back. Or if perhaps an optical illusion was played on me from where that kick was taken. But we'll have to wind it back to the second Freehold touchdown on my video feed and see if I just completely botched it or if it was at least close and there's some redemption on the other side of this replay for me. Either way, we're knotted up at 17 as Ferretto converts on the game-tying field goal. Once again, it's a short kick by Old Bridge. It was scooped up around the 20-yard line, and the Knights rallied to make the tackle at around the 26. Schultzel, the return man. It will be 1st and 10 Patriots as I continue to scrub through the footage to try and find that extra point. I have to admit, it's quite shocking to me that I didn't pick that up sooner, but sometimes triple duty will do that to you. Meanwhile, the Patriots line up in the shotgun. 1st and 10, and ball at their own 27-yard line. Lassiter, quick pass complete, and the Knights immediately there to make the tackle on Andrew Dalton. Pickup of 2. 2nd and 8 coming up. All right, so I just tracked down the PAT attempt. And for the sake of my eyesight, I'm hoping it was close. 2nd and 8 here. Lassiter again in the gun. Making a change at the line of scrimmage. And the officials did indeed signal that PAT no good. I got caught up in a replay earlier as that is complete to Quattraki, and immediately he is brought down. It's another gain of 2, and that will bring up 3rd down and 6. Benford on the tackle. And in a tie ball game now, the Knights have a very big opportunity. Keep this game even, get off the field defensively, and give the ball right back to their offense. Empty backfield in the gun for Lassiter as a whistle comes in. Timeout called by the Knights.
Old Bridge takes its first timeout of the half.
Once again for our live chat, 17-17 is our score. The PAT on the second Patriots touchdown was no good. And thank you, Chris, for that backup. I thought he made it. From my perspective, I thought he made it, but the officials were clear and they were emphatic. He did not make it. So, a timeout called by the Knights here, and again, for my own sanity, I'm about to go back and watch it. I'd have to slow it down because the kick came right on the tail end of a replay. So we got to look at the touchdown reception, and then immediately after, the kick traveled wide of the upright. So I have to slow that down on my end. We don't have that for the YouTube audience, so I apologize, but I'm getting a second look to see how close it was as well. Because I thought he made it. I was watching the football. Meanwhile, Lassiter looking to throw, incomplete. And that is great coverage over the middle. Noah Rios there. And underneath the route, he had some help from Kassoff. That will bring up 4th down. And admittedly, I could watch this kick 5 times plus, and I will still think he made it, watching the replay. I mean, there is nothing on this replay to me that made the kick seem anything other than good. So we'll chalk it up to optical illusion. Again, I am to the right of the 50. The kick was at the left end of the field. So that is certainly prone to happening in that space. Meanwhile, it's a 4th and 6 punt for the Patriots. Another line drive kick. And the Knights this time checking over the shoulder to make sure that it could not hit them. Once again, live chat, the score is 17-17. 17-17. Second PAT, no good for the Patriots. And again, on replay, I could not find anything to convince me that that kick was no good, but that is the ruling, and the score is as it appears on your screen, 17-17. Watching the replay on my monitor, scrubbing back in the live stream, the kick had to have been missed wide right. Had to have been wide right. And there's really no way for us to make that out from where we are here in the booth. But it is certainly 17-17. The Knights hoping to take their first lead in this game since 7-0 with a score on this drive. Rizzo motioned out of the backfield. Nugent keeps. Nugent has room across the 40, across the 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Goodbye, Brody Nugent. Touchdown, Knights. And Old Bridge takes the lead on just one play. Nugent has done it again. His third rushing touchdown of the night puts Old Bridge in front, 23-17. All season long, Brody Nugent has been able to leave defenders in his wake. And he does so again right here. Nugent across the 40, and nobody in the secondary had any chance to bring him down. Old Bridge 23, Freehold 17, PAT coming up from Ferretto. Good snap, good hold, and double checking the signal. It is a good PAT. And the Knights, in short order, make it a 7-point game. It takes them just one play on their second drive of this third quarter. 4:58 to go in the third, and the Knights now lead it by 7. Nugent with 3 touchdowns on the ground in this one. Now, without our in-house producer and statistician handing me all of the information, I'm just making sure as I go back mentally to recall that Nugent was in for all 3 because we did have one called back earlier. So I need to confirm that. But meanwhile, the Knights are setting up to kick off. And that is indeed number 3 for Nugent. We had what could have been a 4th called back on holding. Short squib kick again, scooped up by the Patriots, and a big hole there on the run back. Nice job there by Lorenzo to find a seam. And Lorenzo takes that one out across the 35-yard line to the 36. So good starting field position here for the Patriots, and it sure feels like they need it. After the momentum swing from that last drive, Old Bridge wasting no time, going from what was a 3-point game at halftime to a 7-point lead. 4:52 remaining here in the third quarter, and the Knights have matched their largest lead of 7 points. Lassiter in the gun, empty backfield alongside him, and he will throw quickly, complete. That's Andrew Dalton on the reception. Pick up of 4, 2nd and 6 coming up. See if the Patriots try to utilize some tempo here. We see them going empty. That's something the Knights like to do quite a bit on the offensive side. Lassiter is a threat on the ground. Not quite Brody Nugent, but definitely a capable runner. He will throw quickly to his left this time. That is complete on the screen pass for a first down and more. Nice move there after the catch to make a man miss. And we mentioned Mikey Lorenzo during the pregame. He's wide receiver 2 on this team. Of course, Jake Schultzel, the big target for this Patriots squad, but Lorenzo is a very good receiver as well. Had 5 touchdowns this season and continues to play a big role in the offense here tonight. Arguably, he's played a bigger role in terms of quantity. He's been on the receiving end of quite a few Dakota Lassiter passes tonight. Lassiter throwing quickly again, completes. This time it's Dalton brought down. Justin Valinati all over that play. And it's a loss of 2, 2nd and 12, following the big hit and tackle for a loss by Valinati. The strategy has been quite clear for much of this game. Get the ball out of Lassiter's hands quickly. At times they've looked to move the pocket. And there you see Valinati shutting that play down before it could go anywhere. 2nd and 12 now for the Patriots. Ratner in the backfield. They fake the handoff to him. Once again, Lassiter gets moving. He throws deep. Man, downfield, jump ball, picked off. Xavier Diaz back there for the INT. Diaz with yet another pick to add to his stat line. It's number 5 on the season for the Old Bridge defensive back. And here is one more look at Diaz going up to take that one away. We had just the right view tracking the football for this play. Lassiter heaves it, Diaz goes up, and he comes down with it. What an interception by the Knights senior. Xavier Diaz comes through again with another big takeaway on defense. And what he lacks in stature at 5'6", he makes up for with great instincts on the ball, great leaping ability, and perhaps among the strongest hands on this Knights team. That's not just this Knights defense. That is this entire Knights team. Xavier Diaz takes it away for Old Bridge, and they take over at their own 10-yard line. Rizzo, the motion man. Nugent keeps. Nugent upfield, takes a big hit, and is brought down around the 15-yard line.
Nugent on the keeper, number 13. Jake Ratner in on the tackle. Gain of 5.
Ratner in there on the tackle. 2nd and 5 for Old Bridge. And they have come out of the halftime locker room. They have been dialed in, locked in, and they have really done some great things here in this third quarter. Nugent will keep again. Up the middle, into the open field, and tripped up across the 30. And you can see now this Knights offensive line and Brody Nugent beginning to impose their will. 2:45 to go, third quarter. Knights lead by 7. Old Bridge right back to the line, 1st and 10. Nugent will keep it yet again. Looking for a hole, finds one, and is able to lower his shoulder forward out to about the Old Bridge 38. He picks up 6. 2nd and 4 Knights. Haven't had to break our focus from in tight on many of these plays. Nugent has kept the football. This offensive line doing what they've done all year, winning the battle up front. And in the ground game, Old Bridge has definitely had the advantage on the line. Nugent hands off, Chase Rizzo this time. Rizzo across the 50, to the 40, to the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Knights. A host of players in white left in the dust as Chase Rizzo takes it to the end zone for the 2nd Knights touchdown of this third quarter. Old Bridge in front, 30-17. The Knights continue to impose their will at the line of scrimmage. This time, Chase Rizzo with a long touchdown run. 62 yards for Rizzo. And here's one more look at it, as we do have a Freehold player down pending the extra point. Chase Rizzo takes it the distance. And Old Bridge continues to dominate this third quarter. And it has been nothing short of a dominant showing for the Knights here in quarter number 3. Meanwhile, they are attending to an injured player at the other end of the field. Did not get a look at who it was. We may be able to make that out on the replay. Let's see if we can catch it. And to his feet is Dominic Fiore. And we mentioned how important he's been for this defense during the pregame. We went through a lot of players to watch on both sides, and on the defensive side, we mentioned Fiore for this Freehold Township team. He finished the season with 7 sacks and 10 tackles for a loss. Certainly among the most formidable, if not the most formidable player for this Patriots team up front. And we've seen this defensive front make Brody Nugent uncomfortable on many occasions in this game, but that's been when the Knights have kept the ball in the air. When the Knights have put it on the ground, it has been all Old Bridge up front, and they've been winning that battle at the line of scrimmage. It's been key, and that's exactly why I hate singling out offensive lineman penalties, because play in and play out, that group up front's been really good. PAT on the way from Ferretto, and good effort there on the block. But that PAT is confirmed good. 31-17 Old Bridge in front of Freehold.
Is your marching Knights, who we just found out have officially taken first place in the state with a score of 90.8, winning best music, best visual, best overall effect, and best percussion.
Well, congratulations to the Marching Knights. They've taken first place at states. First place in a host of categories, and a score of 90.8. So a great job by the Marching Knights. We've seen them perform here at Old Bridge many times already this year, and I have to say, without a long list of halftime performances, the break in this one was relatively quick. We haven't seen that much this year, but the third quarter, well worth the wait. Old Bridge does a great job of putting on a show during the halftime break, and Marching Knights certainly a big part of the game day experience here at Old Bridge when they are present. But now we know why they weren't here, competing at states tonight. They take first place. Congratulations to the Marching Knights. Out on the field, Knights varsity football leading 31-17. And following this kickoff, we're going to take a look around the rest of the NJS IAA playoffs. 4 games this weekend in Central Jersey Group 5. 4 quarterfinal matchups, a 1-8 matchup, a 2-7, a 4-5, and of course our 3-6 matchup here. And we'll get you some of those results up on your screen shortly. Ferretto kicks off with 1:45 to go here in the third quarter. Knights leading by 2 touchdowns. On the run back, Ratner in the open field, across the 50 with 1 man to beat. It's Diaz, and Diaz takes him down at the 30-yard line. Jake Ratner, perhaps, injecting some life into the Patriots with a big run back on the kickoff. And time again, we've seen the Knights scrib it. We've seen them pooch it. We've seen them try anything to avoid these big kick returns. And that time, Ratner taking full advantage of his opportunity. And there may be a player down on the sideline. Tough to tell through the tent. But very quickly before this drive begins, here's a look at the NJS IAA playoffs this weekend in Central Jersey Group 5, the quarterfinal round. Washington over Howell, 41-0. Sayreville over Trenton, 38-0. We learned earlier that Roncocas Valley defeated Hillsborough earlier today. So the 4 knocks off the 5. And, of course, in the 3-6 matchup, it is Old Bridge against Freehold. Our graphic read 3-5. It is the 3-6 matchup you are watching as Lassiter delivers a strike. Touchdown, Patriots. How did they manage to complete a pass under that kind of duress? I'm not sure. Lassiter says, forget the bracket in Central Jersey Group 5. Take a look out toward the field and witness what was a touchdown strike under immense pressure. Just like that, it's a 1-score game. Here is one more look at an incredible throw by Lassiter. He felt the pressure. He delivered a strike, took the hit afterward, and on the receiving end, it is Jake Schultzel for the touchdown. All eyes on this PAT, and it is good. That touchdown, so nice, we will show it twice. Here's one more look. Lassiter to Schultzel. And after a big kick return and one big completion between Lassiter and his number 1 wideout, our score, 31-24, Old Bridge over Freehold. And we try and get a look at the standings, and we nearly missed what was an incredible touchdown connection. Lassiter to Schultzel, and the action here in this third quarter has been unrelenting. I need a minute to catch my breath up here in the booth, but the Knights see their 14-point lead immediately cut to 7. And if you're Freehold, any momentum that the Knights had gained with scoring 17 unanswered, they seize it right back. And now Old Bridge will get the ball back on offense and look for an answer. Still 90 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Plenty of football left to be played here in Old Bridge. And the Knights' lead is trimmed back down to 7 points. I believe that is number 8. Manny Jose on the kickoff. And it's an attempt at an onside kick. And the Patriots are on top of it. And it traveled the necessary 10 yards. They've got it. A surprise onside kick by Freehold, and they have it right back. What a gutsy call by the Patriots coaching staff, and it pays off in a big way. The ball easily travels over the 50, and the Patriots easily recover. Freehold ball at the Old Bridge 48-yard line. An incredible risk yields an incredible reward. And this crowd is stunned into silence here in Old Bridge. Wow. What a gutsy call from the Patriots sideline, and they didn't even have to sweat it. Lassiter throwing downfield. Schultzel wide open, and he has it for a Patriots touchdown. Back-to-back one-play drives for Freehold, and they are to within a point. It's 31-30. What an incredible turn of events here in Old Bridge. Nothing short of incredible. Lassiter with a good pocket. Schultzel on a good route. Beats Noah Rios for the Patriots touchdown. Simply incredible. PAT upcoming. And the PAT is good.
Extra point is good for Freehold, who ties the game at 30.
Freehold has tied the score at 31 following an incredible sequence of events. Let's wind it back a bit. First, it was the big touchdown completion. Lassiter to Schultzel. The undisputed wide receiver one of this team all season on the receiving end of a touchdown from Lassiter there. At the time, that made it 31-26. The PAT makes it 31-27. Moments later, onside kick. Uncontested, effectively. The Knights just were not ready for it. And a gutsy call, a high-risk call, yields high reward for the Patriots on the onside kick. Moments after that, we'll get a look at it from in a bit closer this time. A big touchdown from Lassiter to Schultzel. And you could see the kind of separation he had on that route. Great camera work outside by Joe Calabrese, tracking Schultzel all the way through that route and to the end zone for a Patriots touchdown. And if you're a fan of high school football, these two teams putting on a show. If you're a fan of either of these two teams, it's not going to get any easier the rest of the way. This kickoff sent medium deep. Mercil on the run back, and he is stifled across the 30-yard line. That is where the Knights will get started. 1st and 10 Old Bridge. Ball spotted at the Knights' 31-yard line. So what was a 14 points Knight lead about 2 minutes ago is no more. Old Bridge takes over. Tie ball game, 31 aside. The Knights get started from their own 31-yard line. And we've said it more than once already this year. This team has been put in position where they need to show off their resilience. And they need that resilience to shine through right now. And how about the resilience of these Patriots as well? They deserve plenty of credit for how they've bounced back And not only did they bounce back from 17 unanswered, they did so in the blink of an eye. 1st and 10 Knights. Ball at the 31. Rizzo, the motion man. Nugent will keep. Nugent across the 35, out to the 40, and finally tackled just short of the 45-yard line. 1st down Knights. And if you're Old Bridge, that's the kind of drive starter you're looking for. A confidence boost, reassurance that your big guys up front still have it. And again, they've been winning that battle at the line of scrimmage throughout this second half. If we have to cut away for live action, we will. But there you get a look at that run by Brody Nugent. He will keep again here, and it's a short gain for Nugent on that one. 2nd and 9 coming up. Nugent has been heavily featured, and why not? This offensive line for Old Bridge has been great in this second half, and you have to think that the Patriots are committed at this point to making sure this ground attack for the Knights does not beat them. We've seen Freehold make a couple of huge plays in the passing game here in this 3rd quarter. I think they have to challenge Old Bridge to do the same. Nugent looking in the direction of Rizzo. Down he goes. It's a big-time sack for Shane Mangay. And that will bring up a 3rd down and long for the Knights, as Old Bridge finds themselves behind the sticks for one of only a few times in this game. And that play will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Here's a look. Nugent probably should have gotten rid of that football. Rizzo had blocking. He had room. Nugent thought twice and made the wrong decision there. Not often that we've said Brody Nugent has done anything wrong. Very rarely turns the ball over. Very rarely makes the wrong decision with the football in his hands. But at the end of 3, we are knotted up at 31. And with that, we'd like to say thank you one final time to the Candied Ham softball team. Candied Ham Softball, a proud sponsor of Old Bridge Knights high school football. You can check out Candied Ham over on Instagram at CandiedHam_official. The Candied Ham softball team, a proud sponsor of Old Bridge Knights high school football. Also, one last time, a special thank you to the great sponsors of Knights football. Among them, Richie at Bagel Boy, Jessica at Bubba's, Ann at Tuscany, and Chris at Maz Transport. Thank you to all of you for your sponsorship of Knights football and making broadcasts like this one possible. And what a broadcast it has been. My voice very nearly gone following that Chase Rizzo touchdown. But I'm still with you. Joe Foreman on the call. Pat Gialorenzo upstairs on our main camera. Joe Calabrese on Hero Camera as we cover this NJS IAA Central Jersey Group 5 quarterfinal for you here on the PDF Sports Network. Should the Knights move on, we hope to travel to Sayreville. That would be the opponent for Old Bridge next week. Old Bridge, a very short trip for all of us based out of New Jersey and out of Staten Island. We hope to be there if we are allowed to cover it and the Knights advance. We certainly will, but still plenty of work to be done for Old Bridge here tonight. 4th quarter about to get underway with a 3rd and 14 for Old Bridge. Ball at their own 41-yard line. This is a big play in this game for both teams. All of the momentum with the Patriots. They're looking to get the Knights off the field. Nugent looking for a big 1st down pickup, scrambling to his right. Time runs out, and Nugent takes that one out of bounds for a short gain. He picks up 5, and that will bring up a 4th down and 9. We'll see if we have a wide enough look to see what was going on down the field on this play. I'm not sure we will, but this Freehold secondary deserves a lot of credit because more often than not in this game, when Brody Nugent has looked to pass, he has not been able to find a receiver more than 5 yards down the field. Knights will look to punt here. Tomas Santos sends it back to the 20, and It takes a very good Old Bridge bounce all the way back inside the 5, and you could see Schultzel on that play back there. He was the man deep, and Jake had his hands to his helmet and was a bit dismayed by the result of that punt. So Old Bridge picks up a first down on that last drive, nothing more. However, a great punt by Santos will pin the Patriots back inside their 5-yard line to begin this drive. Patriots in this second half were stopped on their first possession, scored on their next, and then recovered an onside kick before scoring on their third. Should mention as well, this is possession number 5. Xavier Diaz had that big interception as well. Handoff here goes up the middle. Trying to make out the ball carrier on that play. It was Ratner, short gain on the play. Give him 4. And you'll take that on first down just about every time. 2nd and 6 coming up. And you got to look at that group up front for Freehold. If that group can begin to assert their will, this game completely shifts. Because the passing game has looked really good. And once again, Patriots keep it on the ground to no avail this time. No gain on that play. And that will bring up 3rd down. Looks like they gave him maybe 6 on first down. It's 3rd and 4, so they gave him 6 on first. Perhaps a short gain added on top of it with that carry. But the Knights with a chance to get off the field here on 3rd and 4. And a 3 and out in this spot, in this area of the field, would be huge. Lassiter trying the hard count. Now, in the NFL, I don't believe you're allowed to clap to try and draw the offsides. I know for sure that you can't move the hand suddenly. I don't know if that includes a clap. And it's delay of game called against Freehold. Back them up to a 3rd and 9. And that is huge. Now, I think it would be half the distance, perhaps? No, not from here. Outside the 10, it will be 3rd and 9. And you have to be careful here if you're Lassiter. Can't drop back too far, can't get caught trying to overextend a play. Looked like there may have been an ongoing discussion there. Instead, it is just Freehold getting reset offensively. 3rd and 9. Lassiter throwing. Middle, incomplete. And no flags. The Freehold sideline wanted one. They will not get it. And the Knights defense comes up with a big 3 and out here. This will force the Patriots to punt from inside of their own 10-yard line. And I say the same thing every time we arrive at a punt attempt. Do not take special teams plays for granted. If anyone should know that tonight, it's me, as we had the mishap with our scoreboard on the extra point. Patriots lined up to punt from deep in their own end zone. Believe that is Mange back there. Tough to make out the jersey number from here. I think that's a number 1. It is not. A relatively short kick, and it will skip past 40. All things considered, you will take that. You will certainly take that if you're Freehold. I believe that was a Jose on the kick. Or perhaps that's a 6. That would be James Russo. Really tough to make out the numbers from here. But nonetheless, the Knights take over just past their own 45-yard line. Or I should say the Patriots' 45-yard line. Give them the Freehold 43 to start this drive. And you can see just how into it the fans are, shaking our camera. And a Knights penalty will back them up. So good field position and plus territory becomes still pretty good field position, but not quite in plus territory now. They'll back up 10 yards. They did not indicate what the penalty was. You would assume holding, but on a kick like that from the opposing team's end zone, you hate to concede 10 yards there. And I've said it more than once, when the Knights have looked vulnerable, it has been when they have committed penalties. Here's Rizzo on the handoff. He goes nowhere.
He's tackled by number 99, Jack Mills at Freehold. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10.
No gain, 2nd and 10. The Knights still looking to work quickly. 9.5 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. Trips to the left of Nugent, who lines up in the gun. 7 men on the line this time. And we've seen this quite a bit. They've lined up John Raimondi Jr. on the end of that line as a flag comes in.
Penalty, sideline warning.
Sideline warning. And that is against Freehold.
A warning will go against Freehold.
Second and 10. Knights with it. Now at their own 47. Nugent drawing that defense forward a bit. And that's the kind of hand motion that I'm fairly certain is a flag in the NFL. As Nugent will keep it. Nugent finds a hole across the 45 and brought down about a yard or two short of a first down. It is going to be a 3rd and 1 coming up for the Knights. Old Bridge back in plus territory at the Freehold 44-yard line. So I would suspect 2 plays to get this one. That would be my opinion here. Going for it on 4th this late in the game, always a risk. But I think when you have Brody Nugent back there, you have 2 plays to try and pick this up. 3rd and 1. Raimondi Jr. into the backfield. That's a big lead blocker if you choose to use him that way. And he does set up a block as Nugent picks up the first. And I think if you're the Patriots there, you know that once Raimondi motions into the backfield, he's there to block. Now, of course, they'll motion him back there again, and he won't block. But I think that's a part of good play calling. We'll see if the Knights try and use that to their advantage a bit later. But if you're Freehold there, I think Raimondi joining Nugent in the backfield had to catch your attention. This time, Rizzo the motion man. Fake handoff, Nugent, up the middle, big hole. And Nugent is about a yard short of a first down again. It's going to be a 2nd down and 1 here. Old Bridge now just outside of the Patriots' 30-yard line. Ball spotted at the 32, first down at the 31. And we have just over 7 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. So if you're Old Bridge, you could choose to take a lot of clock with you here and perhaps limit the Patriots to just one more chance at it offensively. And I think the Knights have that in mind a bit here. Nugent taking his time. They get to the line quickly, but Nugent not snapping the ball. Rizzo again, the motion man. Nugent will keep. Nugent finds a hole across the 25, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Brody Nugent. Nugent finds the end zone yet again, and Old Bridge regains the lead, 37-31. The offensive line creating the hole, winning the battle up front, and Nugent does the rest. Makes 1 man miss, 2, and then a 3rd. Nugent to the end zone for 6. And Old Bridge regains the lead, 37-31. Ferretto on for the PAT. Benford, the long snapper. Nugent holds, and Ferretto's PAT is good. The Knights back ahead by a touchdown, 38-31. 6:32 to go. And this has been an incredible football game, still with plenty of time to go. But take your pick here on PDF tonight. The Elite Football Alliance Championship and what is shaping up to be a classic here in Old Bridge. About to check in with our second crew over in New Rochelle. We'll get a score there. Bandits over the Demon Knights, 22-8. Appears the Demon Knights are in the red zone, however. This game far from over as Empire State has scored a touchdown. So if you're a fan of the game of football, I know all of us have multiple screens. We have our phones, our computers, our smart TVs. If you have multiple screens, tune into the PDF Sports Network ×2 right now. They have a good one going in New Rochelle. It is now 22-14. The Bandits over the Demon Knights at Joseph F. Facina Field. It is Elite Football Alliance Championship Bowl 8. And we have a one-score game there as well. So pull up the split screen, hang out with Dave and Cameron in New Rochelle, and, of course, stay with us here in Freehold as well. .6:32 to go, fourth quarter. The Knights in front of the Patriots, 38-31. Ferretto on to kick off. Once again, two men deep. Ratner and Schultzel for the Patriots. The Knights do send it deep. Ratner has it at about the 5. He's across the 20, across the 25, and ushered out short of the 30. As a late flag, make it 2, come in at the end of that run back. So pending the penalty, it is going to be a first down for the Patriots, just shy of their own 30, but that is pending what could be a big penalty. And it looks like this is going to be a flag picked up, and the announcement is personal foul against Old Bridge, and that would take this from the 29 to the 44. And if you're Old Bridge, some of these personal fouls have ventured into unacceptable territory. And indeed, it is a 15-yarder against the Knights. We saw this in the game at Hunterdon Central late in the game with the outcome already decided. The Knights picked up a few personal fouls, and a bit of that did bleed over into the Colonia game. It did not impact the outcome. But with this one hanging in the balance, you can't afford to give away 15 yards there. Lassiter, quick throw, complete. Schultzel over the middle. And Nugent and Valinati combined to make that tackle after a pickup of about 7 yards. Second and about 3 following the completion to Schultzel. And after what was a relatively quiet first half for him, he has erupted here in the second half. A couple of touchdowns and some catches in traffic just like that one. Lassiter throws middle, incomplete. And a flag comes out of the secondary. And this is thrown in the area of pass interference. We'll see if we slow it down and can spot it. Here's one more look. And it's a hold against Old Bridge. Really tough to make out who the guilty party was, but a great point made on public address. You know, maybe a bit more sharply than I would have stated, but I think I have to agree with what was said. If you're the Knights, Now would be a good time to get out of your own way with the penalty flags. A hold in the secondary, sometimes necessary, not the end of the world, but some of these penalties late in the game can really hurt you. As that's complete short to the sideline, Dalton forced out of bounds. He will pick up about 4 yards on the play. Second and 6 coming up here. Ball at the Knights' 36-yard line. .5:40 to go. The clock is stopped. Lassiter in the gun. And it's a high snap over his head. Lassiter dives past the football, and the Knights recover. Lassiter could not reel in the high snap. He got there and did not get on top of it. Old Bridge football in Freehold territory. I think we may have my second voice crack of the night as it's beginning to go in the late stages of this one. And Lassiter just couldn't corral it. He was there all alone, not aware of how much time he had. And the Knights scoop it up for a huge fumble recovery and a chance to make this a 2-score game in the late stages. That is a back-breaking turnover for Freehold Township. Here's one more look. Just a poor snap. Lassiter got the fingertips on it, had plenty of time to secure it, and just could not bring it into his body. Old Bridge, with a late field goal, could put this away if they hold the ball long enough. This is Jeremiah Dixon out across the 40. Pickup of 4 on the play. Second and 6. It is actually shocking how quiet it has gotten here in Old Bridge following what was a huge takeaway by this Knights defense. And even though the defense didn't necessarily force that takeaway and that turnover, you have to think that this Knights offense, with the ball in their hands, is going to have a chance to put this away. And the defense, though they didn't force it directly, they come up huge. Things have not been made easy on Freehold all night, especially in the ground game. And there's really no way of telling what the play call was without looking and going back. But when you need to get to blocking a bit more quickly, and you've been losing that battle at the line of scrimmage as your team has looked to run the football, sometimes mistakes like that can happen. You speed up things mentally just a little bit, and oftentimes that's all it takes, especially in a high-pressure, high-stakes game like this one. The Knights did lose a yard on second down. That will bring up 3rd and 7. 4 minutes remaining. And if you're the Patriots, you have to be thinking 3 and out here. Nugent will keep, and Nugent will be short. He picks up a gain of 3. 4th down and 4. And timeout was called, I believe, by Old Bridge. That is their second charge timeout. It is decision time for Matt Donahue and the Knights. You can pin the Patriots all the way back with a good punt, potentially as deep as inside their own 10. Last time they were back there, they went 3 and out. Or you can go for it here and move Freehold into territory where they have to consider utilizing their timeouts. A first down here and 40 off the play clock would probably run it down inside of 3 minutes. There is no 2-minute warning in high school. So with the absence of a 2-minute warning, you're looking at a first down, potentially winning the game. If it takes Old Bridge 3 plays to pick up a first, that could do it, or just about do it. It really depends on how much time they take and how Freehold looks to utilize timeouts. I would think you need 2 more first downs beyond this. So you're looking at a first down here. I don't think the Patriots would take timeout, and then they would use 3, so you would need a couple more. First order of business, 4th down and 4. The motion man is Allsbrook. Nugent rolling to his right, looking downfield. Time running out. Pass. Incomplete. Incomplete behind the tent. Aiden Rios, the intended target, and the Patriots defense stands strong on 4th down. They get off the field, and Old Bridge will call upon their defense for what could be one last time. An injured player down on the field as well. Here's one more look at that last play. You can't make out Rios behind the tent. That angle, no help whatsoever. But the official all over it. Great vantage point that we don't have. That's why they're wearing the striped shirts. And I am up here out of the elements. Credit to those officials as well. It's a chilly night. There have been some colder nights over the last week or so, but here in Old Bridge, we have 3:40 to go. Trip to Central Group 5. Semifinals on the line. Lassiter throws, caught. Losing his footing on that play at about the 45-yard line was William August. They give him a gain of 6 yards on the play. It will be a 2nd down and 4. Lassiter again in the gun. Throws quickly into the flat. And making a man miss was Lorenzo. I think he may have been just short of a first down. 3rd and 1. 3 minutes to go. Keep that in mind as well. The clock is a factor here. We have each team in the venue with 2 timeouts, so my tally was incorrect. 2 timeouts remaining per side. Freehold did not take timeout here. We just adjusted our scoreboard to reflect the correct tally. 2 timeouts per side. 2:35 to go. 3rd and 1 for the Patriots. 2 men in the backfield alongside Lassiter here. They need just a yard on 3rd down. Another high snap. Handoff. And short of the first down is Jonathan Kokotis. They lost a yard. 4th and 2 coming up. And this Knights defense has a chance to make one last heroic stand. The siren sounds here in Old Bridge. There's a look at that big stop from this Old Bridge defense. It is 4th and 2. We highlighted 2 huge 4th and 2 stops in the pregame. Those came 2 weeks ago against Hunterdon Central. 4th and 2, playoffs. Pass, incomplete, no flags. Noah Rios on the coverage, breaks up that pass. Turnover on downs for the Patriots. 1:36 remaining, and the Knights will get it back with a trip to the Central Jersey Group 5 semifinal well within their reach. Here is one more look at it. First, in real speed. The Patriots wanted a flag. On the wide shot, we'll see if perhaps they should have gotten one. I did not think so in real time. We'll have to scrub this one forward a bit. I think the receiver is going down to make a sliding catch on his own. I don't think the defender forced that, and I think that is a good no call. 1st and 10. Rizzo picks up 4. Timeout called. Second timeout called by Freehold, so keep that in mind as well. Freehold only has 2 timeouts remaining as of the start of this drive. At least by the tally we had prior to the start of the possession. Keep in mind, I had Old Bridge with 1 and Freehold with 3, but indeed it is Old Bridge with 2 remaining and now Freehold with 1. The Knights do not need to pick up a first down to take a lot of clock with them. It is 2nd down and 6. A first down ends the game. I would be inclined to say, if you're Old Bridge, it is safer to go for it on 4th than it is to punt. But that's just me. The Knights are hoping it does not come to that. Nugent in the gun. Just 2 receivers out there on the field. You don't see that from the Knights very often. Rizzo flanking Nugent in the offensive backfield. A first down sends Old Bridge to the Central Jersey Group 5 semis. And Nugent picks it up. It is a first down run for Brody Nugent and a trip to the Central Jersey Group 5 semis for the Knights. And they are headed to Sayreville next week. A trip to the Central Jersey Group 5 semifinals in the NJS IAA postseason. The Knights will take the win by a final score of 38-31. We will take the down and distance off your screen here. It is officially a 2nd down and about 15. The Knights will take one final knee as they move on in the postseason. After their season came to an end here in Old Bridge last year against Cherokee, the Knights return home for a playoff game in 2025. And over public address, the Knights are officially welcomed to the NJS IAA Central Jersey Group 5 semis. They knock off Freehold Township by a final score of 38-31 as we have officially gone final here in Old Bridge. We have not yet confirmed whether or not we will travel to Sayreville next week. We certainly hope to do so. And when more information on that becomes available, we will have it for you on the PDF Sports Network social media channels at PDF Sportsnet on Instagram, Twitter, PDF Sports Network on Facebook, and of course at PDF Sportsnet on YouTube. Joe Foreman on the call with you tonight. Once again, our final score, it is 38-31. The Knights over the Patriots. Pat Gilorenzo on camera. Joe Calabrese on our second hero camera outside to my right. We thank them for braving the elements tonight. Once again, it's the Knights by 7 over the Patriots. They move on to face Sayreville on the road in the NJS IAA Central Jersey Group 5 semifinals. That game will take place next week. Whether it is going to be a Thursday or Friday affair remains to be seen. However, if you are a fan of football, tune on over to our second stream. It is a 6-point game in New Rochelle. The Bandits over the Demon Knights 28-22 in the third quarter. Check out Dave and Cameron on the call at Joseph F. Facina Field. And until next week, this has been Joe Foreman on the call from Old Bridge. Pat Gilorenzo upstairs on camera. Joe Calabrese outside. Once again, our final score, the Knights 38 and the Patriots 31. Old Bridge moves on to the NJS IAA Central Jersey Group 5 semifinals in Sayreville. That game coming up next week. We hope to have it for you right back here on the PDF Sports Network.